everybody! If we could, anybody's here today. I know we missed the last one. We had our computer problems at Comcast, and then we had to unexpectedly go to Kansas City for a week. So we've been gone for a while. But thank you for joining us if you are here. We're getting back on schedule now. We'll be back again next Sunday also.
But yes, we are back, and
we are back.
Things are better now.
Things are good. Thank you for everybody who sent us nice emails and notes and everything. Everybody's doing good and is healthy, so thank you.
Yeah, sometimes things happen, and that's okay. And thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Tomorrow we are going to New York City, oddly enough, with some family also, but we will be back in time for next Sunday. It's not a show in New York, so it's like nieces and nephews. It's not don't bring stuff for me to sign. I'm not like doing a gallery or anything.
There are some times where we travel and it's not for business.
Yeah, it's just a family thing. But I'm looking forward to being in New York when it's not a blizzard. Last time we were there, it was January of, was that year before last?
It was.
For heaven's sake. It was. Yeah. And,
that was a very nice time.
It was lovely, but it was one of the biggest blizzards that had ever hit New York. And I remember being in Central Park, and we didn't see another person at all. Like even in the main part over by the plaza, it was crazy.
But we stuck it out.
But we did.
We walked through, and we had icicles in our hair. We went to
we walked from the plaza to the Frick, and I literally had icicles in my hair.
They made us defrost.
The security people made us defrost in the bathroom before they would let us get tickets to go to the museum. So we were pretty awful.
And
it was more than a little embarrassing.
Just, I want to know in the room. I did a sound check before, and it sounded fine.
Yeah, we had to kind of set everything up at the last minute, but hopefully this is working good. Got all sorts of exciting stuff in the works since it's been like a week or two. A lot of things have happened, and we've got a lot of new things to show you, and we'll go on and on and on about that as time goes by, because I also want you guys to see me paint. Working on some little mini paintings today. Oh, also, too, we're going to be doing the same prizes for the raffle with MooBot that we were intending to on the previous week. We had one of each of the MegaCon pins that we had set aside for Twitch, and we'll be giving away those throughout the broadcast. I don't remember what order they're in.
Well, I can run through that real quick.
Yeah, we can run through that real quick, because there's some people who might be, like, just here for the pins.
Let's see. At 5 o'clock our time, which would be an hour from now roughly, Biohazard in Red.
Biohazard in Red. Woo! He was a MegaCon exclusive pin, and this is one of the ones
this is the same order as they were given away.
At MegaCon.
Yeah, so the next one
is
Seashell Mermaid.
So Seashell Mermaid.
Unless my memory fails.
Except at MegaCon it was 4 days, so like the Biohazard in Red would have been again.
Yeah, Biohazard in Red is so pushy that she had to have 2 days.
She had to be there twice.
Seashell Mermaid doesn't care.
Seashell Mermaid was just 1 day. She's lovely.
Lime Green Mask had to go in and out because she's a superhero.
And then Lime Green Mask is the other one. So
I'd like to think she's a superhero.
Yeah, she is. Well, that's part of the reason I've done a few different masked ones, like for when we do conventions, like Alligator Girl or something. It's kind of got the comic theme to it. You know, it's about as far as superhero stuff I do so far. Hoping to get to do some Marvel things now that Disney owns Marvel. That might be a distinct possibility. So cross your fingers on that one.
That would be great. I don't understand why you haven't been able to yet, but there are so many different hoops.
There's
I don't know what else to call them.
A lot of paperwork. Often I do things with Disney, but then sometimes it has to be Disney and another company too. Like when I do Tim Burton things, it has to be the Tim Burton people and Disney both have to give me a contract, and then sometimes it takes years before things happen. But crossing my fingers, maybe some Marvel happening.
Yeah, someone in the room said you did Rey, and she's a superhero.
Oh yeah, she definitely is. Yeah.
Well, yeah, any Jedi is a superhero.
Leia. Yeah, I think anybody who's a Jedi is technically a superhero.
Well, they can, jump
effectively.
like 15 feet in the air and do flips, and They have telekinesis and whatnot.
Telekinesis is a pretty good power. Yeah.
Yep, it's shooting lightning
that
out
would
of your
be
fingers.
handy.
You know, that's a pretty good power.
Pretty good. Yeah.
I always found that funny in the first Star Wars Episode 4, how there's this one guy who basically belittles Darth Vader's old religion, and I'm thinking, wow, that's very evident. You know,
Like,
there's
hey,
a lot
your
of power
religion
in that
actually
religion.
Obviously works, but
Exactly. So, and then he did the little choke thing on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are running until 7. Yes, April.
Till 7 o'clock
7
Eastern
p.m.
time.
Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Daylight Time, whichever you prefer. I think it's the same thing.
It depends whether or not it's daylight savings time, huh? EST and EDT are different, right?
I don't know. I know when I have to set up MooBot, it makes me choose
I
EST.
don't know, man. Everybody has different abbreviations for it, and then every state is different, and then every country is different, and then we go to England, and they've got British summertime, and it's always off by like, what is it, like a week different than ours is, or 2 weeks different?
Something like that.
I remember.
It's funny because we usually
hit it twice.
get messed up within it. We get in the mix. So
Yeah,
we usually lose
well-
an hour twice.
Well, it's an hour once in
Or
England,
gain
and
an hour
then
sometimes.
because we're usually there. The whole turn of the wheel Beltane springtime thing. We're usually there for like a fairy festival, and it's gonna be around then. And then we come back home, and then we get another hour off. So.
Also, you probably everybody or the people in the room who ordered some of the larger items probably noticed their tracking numbers and things. I got a little bit of work done. Actually, I had to get up super early, and I was working all day yesterday to try to do some catch up. So
Yeah.
we apologize for any
we
lateness.
had to unexpectedly go up to Kansas and Missouri for the past week or so. But most orders, I think, will be taken care of or are already on their way. I don't think
there's not a lot unless it's a
delay.
very new order, and I'll be talking to those people and letting them know
Yeah.
about New York and whatnot.
But yeah, we will be back home in Florida again
Right.
for the weekend next weekend. So
For example, I was mentioning to Jasmine, if people email us right away if you do win the pin tonight, I can probably ship it tomorrow.
Oh yes.
So I'll be working tonight too.
Well, yeah.
It's just how things
That's
are.
how it goes.
Yeah. Someone says SL Saunders. Jasmine says totally fangirling.
Oh.
In process of a half sleeve of your work.
Oh my gosh! Oh, send me a picture.
Yeah, we always love to
or
see
show me
those.
in person. That's even cooler. But otherwise, send me a picture. I love seeing tattoos of my artwork. People will ask me, "Would you get mad if I got a tattoo?" I'm like, "No, that's awesome. Get all the tattoos of mine you want." I can't do them myself. Don't ask me to do them. I would probably mess it up. I think it takes a lot of years of training and practice. But feel free to print out any pictures of mine, bring them to a tattoo parlor, and have them do them for you. And I like seeing a picture.
Oh, SL Saunders said they tagged you on Instagram.
Oh, on Instagram. Okay, I'll definitely check on there. I'm a little bit behind on my Instagram correspondence, but I will be catching up on that.
I would.
probably in the
I do
next
not
day or
envy
so.
Jasmine's tagging. How much Jasmine gets tagged. It's kind of.
Yeah, but
It's kind of.
but that's how I keep track of things often.
Mhm.
So that's
It
good.
definitely
I
is.
always appreciate it.
So Leela got Innsmouth Mermaid,
Oh, good. I know that she liked that one. Excellent.
and it's framed on her wall.
Yay! I should probably show her because I don't think we've done a broadcast yet since we've had her as Prince yet.
A.M. Weber says, "Is there something on the screen? Currently, I have a black screen, and I'm not sure if it's me or not. I think it is you. Just to
Probably.
remind the group,
Yeah.
I kind of watch along with you guys,
Yeah, Matt
Um,
has a login that
and
he's
that helps
watching,
me
so he can
know
tell
if
what
something
you guys
goes wrong.
See. Yeah.
But you might want
Like when
to
it randomly
maybe
goes away.
refresh, or
Yeah.
you can also change the You can change it to a lower latency if it's a buffering issue, or you
Yeah, if
have
it's a connection issue.
a weaker connection.
Or sometimes just closing the screen, opening it, checking it again. That's the few times I've actually watched other people doing Twitch, and I've had a problem, I just close it and then open it again. Also, if you're on the app, it's different than on the actual website.
Oh, J.A. Fletch said, "Love the kitty. Is that his pin collection?" They're referring to Sunshine looking at your bag.
Oh,
with
yeah,
all the
so
pins on it.
Sunshine. Those are her pins as much as they're mine, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose she's a pin collector.
Well, I remember I was trying to take a picture of it because people were talking about how do you display your pins, and I was like, well, I have this canvas bag, I put them on, and Sunshine was insisting on being. Sunshine is very in your face. If you're doing something, she wants to be in front of you. If you're reading a book, she wants to be sitting on that book. So if I have a camera, she wants to be in that picture.
You ever watch that first broadcast?
Oh,
that's her.
Oh gosh,
she doesn't
yeah.
understand quite what we're doing. I think she just thinks that we're talking back and forth.
Yeah.
But if we're both together, she's all over us.
Yeah.
Hey Jasmine.
Yeah.
Do you know? Kitten has a question about Dragon Con pins. Do you know what you'll have there?
I don't know yet.
If you do know, are you going to say anything, or is it?
Well, there is one that I think somebody meta thought and talked about in the group. I've got so many things I want to show you guys, but one of the things that is related to this question is, in July we always have a Strangeling anniversary website pin that we give away for free with any order. What is it, $25 or more? I forget. At strangeling.com we send a free pin, and that's the only way you can get it, and you can get as many as you want. Just keep putting orders all the way through July. And he's a cute little dragon, this little fella here. This is the pin design, and this is the July free anniversary pin that we'll be giving away to all the orders at strangeling.com. His name is Baby Red Dragon. But what I've done is I've kept the mold for it, like the actual die cast, the big metal stampy mold thing. And I'm planning to do one that is in the purple and yellow colors for DragonCon this year to match the DragonCon logo. So one of the DragonCon pins, we usually do 3, will be this little guy here. But first, the little red one will be the free one that we'll be giving away in July. It will be the 22nd anniversary of Strangeling.com. So starting July 1st at midnight, anytime you place an order, doesn't matter what it's for, as long as it's at Strangeling.com, you will get a free one of these. And if you place 10 orders, you will get 10 of them while supplies last. It's really hard to gauge how many people are going to do that.
It's very, very hard
and
to gauge.
Because it's limited, it's a limited edition in that it's limited to that month of July, but it's not limited to a certain number. And I can reorder partway through because I'm going to keep the mold active. But after it's July 31st, I won't make any more. It's kind of like how we did Bead Princess last year. And what was the first one? Did we did one the year before, didn't we?
Jasmine, I think that we do have a minimum amount on the order.
I think that's what I was saying. It was 20 or $25. $25, I think.
25, okay.
It's whatever it was last year and the year before.
We'll let you know, guys.
Yeah, I think it's $25, but so basically, if you get like a print or a book or something like that, it would be enough to bump it up. And we'll just stick one in every order that we send out. Doesn't matter where you live. You can live in,
okay, people
Antarctica.
In the room were saying it was 25.
25. Okay,
yeah,
25.
So you guys
probably know more than I do.
Yeah, it boggles my mind.
I kind of more do the painting pictures part of it. But
I'm just stuffing envelopes right and left.
But I'm thinking about using the same mold because I did the black outline artwork for it, and I want to use him to be or her. I don't know. It's hard to tell with dragons. You probably have to do like a blood test. Hey, but if I did like a purple and yellow one for DragonCon, that would be one of the DragonCon ones. Yeah.
Bob's asking about. He says he's hearing conflicting stories.
Oh, what's that?
I don't know who's telling these stories about the art show at DragonCon.
Oh.
Yes. In America's Mart, so he wants to know what's going on.
Yes.
And he says, if he's right, do you know what booth/floor you'll be on yet?
I don't know that yet. But we will be in America's Mart. For those who don't know, the people who ran the DragonCon art show originally have retired last year. So now the same division that is in charge of the America's Mart /vendors room or dealers room, that's a couple blocks away from the Hyatt, it's the bigger, crazier room, are the same people running the art show. So they've had to divide up the artists at the art show, whether or not, if you have a big booth, you're going to be over at the America's Mart. If you have a small booth, you're going to be at the art show. So it will be the first time we've been in the Hyatt, in the basement at the Hyatt for 14 years, something like that.
Gosh, I can't keep track.
But this year we will be at the America's Mart, and
right, it's a move that makes sense in a lot of
it
different
does.
ways.
And instead of having one table, we're gonna get a 30-foot booth or something crazy like that. It
does mean pictures and videos.
Yes, and you can take pictures there, so that will be nice. And also it will be. They let more people in there, so we won't have the problems that we've had in the past with limiting traffic as far as the fire marshal goes, or as far as lining up. It should be easier because we'll have 2 lines we'll have a big enough booth to have 2 lines. One of them is for me to sign things, and I have to have designated signing time, so I'll be there for a few hours specifically signing stuff, and we'll have a checkout area that will be open the whole time. So you can come by, kind of like MegaCon. If you've been to MegaCon, it's going to be kind of like that, but at the America's Mart. But I will be over there this year. So I'm very curious to see how that goes. I'm excited. I've never even looked at the dealer's room before, but we have a big, huge space, and I'm looking forward to it.
I'm excited about getting out an hour earlier.
Yes, and it closes, I mean, it might not sound that big of a deal, but it closes an hour earlier, so that means that we can actually go walk around. When, you know, in the past, the art show area that we've been in opens up earlier and closes after everything else, so I've never left that basement even once, so that is something that I'm looking forward to. But I'll let you guys know as soon as I know what booth number, or I don't even know if they have numbers up there. I don't know how it works.
I'm sure they have something like
that. It will have some section.
Just also to let you guys know that Jasmine and I have never even entered the America's Mart.
I've not been there.
I've not been. I've hardly been out of the Hyatt. The only time Jasmine and I have been out of the Hyatt, and you couldn't correct me if I'm wrong, is to like maybe go to like Trader Vic's or something like that. We went to collect badges.
Trader Vic's, and I've been to. Yeah, we had to go to the VIP room to collect my badge before.
Yeah, other than that, we've just kind of stayed in the Hyatt.
Other than that, yeah, I've never been to the exhibitors hall or the Walk of Fame or the dealer's room or the vendor's room or anything like that. So this is going to be a new experience for us.
Right. I went to different places to see, you know, personal friends of mine.
I have not.
I do have some.
I apparently do not.
You know, you have some great friends.
I have a lot of great friends at DragonCon.
We actually might see.
We might actually see more of now that we're not at the
cool.
show that has the longest hours. But yeah, since the same staff are now going to be in charge of the art show as the other one, they just kind of divided it up. Like, hey, you have a huge crazy booth, you go to this building. You got a small booth, or you want to have stuff on the wall or whatever, you can, or mailing in, you can do the other one. So
we don't have to sneak in food for you.
No, I don't think you will, because I will have times, like it will say 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock or 10 o'clock till 2 o'clock, and I'll be there at my own booth, and other people will be running my booth while I'm not there, so you can buy stuff and then you can come get it signed without having to wait in a big crazy awful line first. So.
Okay, so Kieran has an idea here.
What's that?
I'm working on a video for my YouTube channel. It's going to be an exclusive video, as only the people that I send the link to will be able to view it and watch it. And I have a few people on my exclusive video list, and don't worry, you and Jasmine are at the top of the list. The video is going to be called our JBG Collection Gold Exclusive Video or something like that.
You guys do practically have a museum at your house, so that should be a good collection. That's very cool. What I'm doing now, I'm working on 2 mini paintings that are, it's funny, we're talking about pins obviously, but these are both paintings that are mini painting versions of pins I have done that I've never done like a full version painting of, other than just like the line art, like for the big die cut mold stamp thingy. So I'm doing this one, which was for Dark Medusa, who was a DragonCon pin. She was a variant on Pale Medusa. Some of you might remember her. This one is mine here.
I'm very fond of both of those.
I like both of them too. I don't know if I like the Dark Medusa better. She's kind of like the zombie version, and the other one is kind of like an albino sort of version. But I've never painted her proper with the just like a full-scale painting of her. So this is a mini painting I'm doing, and the other one I'm doing is based off of my little rainbow dragon portrait. this little guy here. He's such a cutie. He reminds me of my kitties, and he's got the whole rainbow sort of fins in his hair, or his hair, like dragons have hair, his scales, his fins.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, but he's got the whole rainbow pattern of it, which works really good because it's June and it's Pride Month, and you got rainbows, and he fits in nicely with that.
Jasmine.
I'm doing a little portrait of him, and these are 2 minis I'm working on. Yeah.
Oh, I think you just did it.
Oh, what's that?
I'll see. Yep.
What'd I do?
Somebody said, "Can we see a close-up of the dragon?"
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it seemed a bit closer. This is more of a portrait. It's going to look more realistic as opposed to the pin, which of course is always going to be more cartoony looking because it's black outlines and
cute.
Solid colors. But he's cute. Looks like Rio. But that will be his portrait there.
They've got the cutest little smile.
Yeah, I like a little smiley dragon. But these are going to be mini paintings that some of you have probably heard me talk about it. We've been planning for a while, and we're finally going to implement it. The Patreon exclusive section of Strangeling.com, you know, the area that you can log into right now to buy canvas cuties or extra lanyards, and only the Patreon people can log in. It doesn't matter what tier you are.
Yeah,
you can literally be the $1 tier. It doesn't matter. But you'll be able to log in and to buy the mini paintings framed. Just like buy them, put them in your shopping cart, and check out without having to worry about eBay or going to flying out to an event or something like that. And that's the first time I've ever had this up on my website. So we're going to try it out. They are very popular, so we're going to make it a Patreon only thing at first. But you can just be the $1 Patreon tier, and that's fine. But we're going to launch that on the 18th of June. That's a Tuesday at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time?
I think that's what you had said.
I think so, yeah. So like that night, not this Tuesday, but the next Tuesday, assuming I get these done. I've got some other ones that will be popping up there. And these will all be framed. They'll all be ready to go, and you can just buy them. Get them shipped worldwide, and you can get them on the website without having to bid or do anything weird. So I will keep you guys posted, especially next Sunday. I'll probably talk about that more because I'll most likely have them all done, and I can kind of show you guys what I've been working on. But these are 2 of the little cuties that I'm working on now. I picked ones that had to do kind of with pins because we had a lot of pin talk lately. But she's kind of look like her. That will be a more realistic painting. And this will look like him. Or her, I don't know. But more realistic. Have the same pretty colors.
So I think it's a good idea to make that area of the website more special.
Yeah.
For people.
Because that's one of the perks you get as the Patreon thing is you can you get basically you just get a password, you log in, and you can see a bunch of stuff for sale on the website that you don't normally see for sale if you're part of the general public.
Yeah, there's people that are already looking at these, wondering about them.
The paintings I'm doing now?
And thinking, hey, I wish I could have that one.
Hey, well. Nope, the plan, assuming our internet doesn't go out and we don't have to like fly across the country or something like that, they should go up at the 18th of June, that Tuesday, around 7 o'clock Eastern time. And if that works out good, and it seems like folks are happy with how the system works, we will try to do that maybe once or twice a month, maybe even more often. The thing is, over the next year or 2, I'm mostly going to be working on larger paintings. We've been starting to work on my setup for my big easel. If you think this easel is big, wait till you see my big easel. For doing my solo show at the Corey Helfer Gallery coming up at the end of next year, like November of 2020. So I'll be doing a lot of really big paintings, but I'd like to keep doing smaller things too that are just kind of for fun, or maybe for sketches or practice pieces that I'm going to be doing for the bigger ones, like studies or something like that. So I can keep working on those, and some of those will be on Twitch. I can show you
Jasmine,
over the next year or so. Yeah.
I've got 2 questions for
What's
you.
on?
What type of paintbrushes do you prefer? And also, after that question, after DragonCon, will you be working on the Poe pin set?
Oh, yes. I'm guessing as far as the pin sets go, I need to finish, it requires me to do 5 different paintings when I do a full enamel pin set, and I am only in the early stages of the line art still in those, so that will probably be after Dragon Con. But and what was the first one?
The paintbrushes you
Oh, the
prefer.
paintbrushes I use. I typically use, these are they're made by a company called Royal Langnickel. These are called their soft grip lines. I use it's golden Tacklon is a fiber. I'm a vegetarian, so I don't get like the squirrel ones or the ones made out of pigs or anything. I get the man-made fibers that are kind of a plasticky yellow fiber called golden Tacklon. And just about all of my brushes are that. This is what it looks like when it's not messy yet. They turn kind of gray really quickly. But just a synthetic fiber. They're cheap. These are like $1.99. I use this one a lot. It's a size 0 script liner. I use this when I'm drawing and I'm sketching. It looks like pencil, but it's really just a very, very skinny brush. I use that one, and then I use the number 4 round. This isn't the clear grip version, but it's a type that's made out of wood, but it has the same fiber on it. I think a lot of their clear grip ones they've stopped making. So I've had friends like go to art supply stores and look for it's very specific and it's easy to get the wrong one. So if you are really looking, ask me first. But it's called the Royal Soft Grip SG595-0 is the name of it. And that's the brush I use more than any other. And that's the one I use when I'm just sketching or I'm drawing, and that's what I use too when I embellish canvases. It's very, very thin. It's almost like a little kitty cat whisker, but it's very short. It's not like a big, long, crazy one that wobbles around too much. But they work really good for acrylics. I do use the heck out of them, so sometimes after a while they start looking like this, like a weird little stump, but I also use those when I'm painting flesh tones or painting clouds or painting something that I want to be all kind of smudgy and abstract looking. I'll use that, and that brush will turn into this one, and then I have got 2 different types of brushes. So some of these I've had for probably 20 years.
Jasmine.
Yeah.
Shadow Dancer asks if you can show the rainbow dragon again, please. I think they want to see
sure. the
pin again.
Sure.
And then also, there's a question about possibility of an appearance.
Oh, okay. Well, here's the pin of my rainbow dragon portrait. If you haven't yet, Maddie, put a link up to him because we have him in stock right now. And if you guys know my pins, they tend to sell out quickly. He's an open edition, and we just got a shipment of them. And last I checked, we still have a few dozen of these up there. So ship him worldwide. He's cute, and this will be his official portrait because I haven't painted him as a proper rainbow sort of dragon that is colored in all the way. So, let's see. And what was the appearance question?
Yeah. So Ian and Sarah, or Kelly, Sarah.
Yeah.
Are coming to Disney World on 1st of January. And
of
want to
next
know if
year.
in the first 2 weeks-ish, will you be there? I know sometimes we do the Epcot show.
I might do, yeah. I'm trying to think. Do you remember what year the Epcot International Festival of the Arts started this year?
About 3 weeks in.
Was that? If you have my calendar there, it probably has it written down,
right.
like from as far as 2019 goes.
Let's see if I can find
it. Disney hasn't released their dates that far. I usually only know like a couple months in advance for sure of Disney, but they do tend to be predictable if I can look at it from year to year.
Let's see. Try to decipher.
Oh, if you need me to read it,
okay,
let me.
My handwriting. The first time we were at Pop Gallery was the 19th.
Pop Gallery?
And yeah, we were at Pop Gallery at the Epcot tent.
Oh, their tent at the Pop Gallery. Oh, I see it. Epcot, not the Pop Gallery, but
I think that was our first show. Or was it
okay, I think it's okay.
No, that says 3-7. That was Twitch. Also, it says Epcot, but I don't think we did Epcot on the 13th.
Is that when that's when it started?
Maybe that's what it was. Okay.
So yeah, if it is well, this year then, for example, Epcot started the International Festival of the Arts on the 13th of January, so it would probably be around that, probably the second week of January, possibly near the end. Unless I don't think Disney's announced the festival dates yet, but if they have done, then I will probably be there around then. So that's cutting it really close. We're typically up at our family house in Kansas City for
There's a squirrel or
Dude,
something.
I was gonna say, what's that animal that's
Give me one
at
second.
my
Let me
window?
put the link up for the pin real quick.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you asked me to, and then
Yes,
I'll
please do.
go see what the heck is going on there.
Yeah, I feel like half of our Twitch is like figuring out what weird animal is at my
I'll be right
door
back, guys.
and/or window. It's not gonna be an alligator or anything. Don't worry, guys. It's gonna be like a raccoon or a
It
squirrel.
was a squirrel.
Was he in the hangout or was he? In the...
I think he was trying.
No, it's not dark
He's got
guy.
plenty of seeds out there.
Okay. Well, was he trying to climb up?
The window.
Yeah, I heard it sounded like a little noggin hitting the glass.
Yeah.
I'd make sure it wasn't a bird or something.
He's in the Firebird feeder.
He's in the wooden feeder? Okay. Sorry, guys.
He's just
We got a lot of critters in our
acting
yard.
squirrely,
Yeah,
as they
he's
do.
a squirrely little guy.
Cute little guy.
Yeah. I don't usually paint two paintings at once, but I am specifically now because I am trying to talk about how we're going to start having the new mini painting section up at strangeling.com. So I wanted to show two of the different types of things I might have. I might have ones that are meant to be character studies of an individual character that I might be trying to develop into something else, and other ones might be like, hey, I did a line art painting of this as a pin, but here, have an actual painting of it, so I can maybe do an ACO card and somebody could have it like as a frame painting. And we'll have all these as framed paintings. Shoot, can I reach that? Yeah, I can
Jasmine?
reach that. Yeah.
Tigger says it was awesome to see us a couple weeks ago at the co-op,
Oh, yes.
and looking forward to September 7th.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I've been. I put up on Facebook. Yeah, September 7th. For you Florida people, I will be at the Pop Gallery. That is when my official launch party for the Alice in Wonderland coloring book is coming out. The September 7th in Orlando at the Pop Gallery at Disney Springs.
And somebody said, which pin will be at the Pop Gallery event?
I don't know yet, but it will be Alice in Wonderland themed. I have.
Excellent.
It sounds silly, but I have about 8 different ones I'm thinking of doing, so it will basically be whichever one seems to make the most sense to go along with the coloring book. But these are the frames that for the first batch of the original paintings that we'll be doing for the mini section at strangeling.com. These will go in there. They'll obviously go behind it. But I adore these frames. They're really thick, and they've got the kind of look that my big fancy frames do, but they're little and adorable. Yeah.
We call them little fat frames.
Little fat frames.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if you look on the side.
Yes, Matt writes this part. I don't do this. It says, what's it say? 2 5/8 of 2.625 inches by 3.5 inches.
So many panels for Jasmine,
frame,
and
yes.
it's very similar to another size.
Yeah, we keep
another ornate type frame, and if she paints on that one, I don't want her
need to know what
confuse
frame
it.
it goes in.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the only. I mean,
Medusa.
sometimes it's just writing stuff down.
It is. But speaking of Disney, we have a couple of Disney events scheduled in California at Disneyland that will be coming up even before the Pop Gallery one. This will be at Disneyland in California on the 7th and 8th of August. There's my Madame Leota. She turned out so pretty. And Disney is making her on coffee cups and t-shirts and also other items.
They're
doing magnets and postcards and I don't know what all.
Really, with that one, Jasmine,
Mm-hmm.
I really hope they have a sort of unisex sort of shirt.
Yeah, I can't tell from that. I stole this from Disney.com, so I don't know what size it is or anything.
I feel that it's neither a masculine or feminine.
Oh no, it's very the painting itself
kind
could
of
go
for
either
everybody.
way. It's just
So Kimber has a vote.
Yeah.
When you do your Alice pin,
Yeah.
they really love to see the Cheshire Kitty.
Oh, okay. We've also toyed with the idea of doing an Alice set that like might have one that is a Cheshire Cat as like his own pin, which I think would be kind of cool. And maybe have one that's a caterpillar, and maybe have one that's Alice, or maybe a Mad Hatter one, like all the different characters. But I'm not sure if we'd be able to get that done in time for the September 7th event, but maybe so. But two of the almost dozen pin designs that I am planning maybe for one, I have to pick one for the Pop Gallery show, do have the Cheshire Cat involved in them. And he's in the coloring book a lot. I think he's in probably 14 of the paintings.
Oh, there was a comment by that Nintendo guy earlier on your easel. You should paint a big S on it so you could call it your big S easel.
Oh my goodness.
No, yeah, speaking of that Nintendo guy.
I was gonna say, yeah, speaking of pins and that Nintendo guy,
Now, I don't know if he just doles these out at events only.
I don't know.
Or if he, I don't, I'm pretty sure he's probably in the room.
These are awesome. Yeah,
they're pretty cool.
They, if you like being part of the raffles here, it's ! raffle is how you enter the Moobot raffle at Twitch. And he actually made pins that have an ! And if you look at the dot on the underscore of the ! It is the Twitch logo, and it says raffle.
Yes, very clever.
So that is.
Yeah, that Nintendo guy is the Joker of the pin folk.
Yeah, his posts are worth
He's very
reading.
clever and creative.
Definitely. But yeah, on August 7th and 8th, I will be at Disneyland inside the park for the Haunted Mansion 50th anniversary in Disneyland, California. And that is going to be like when they keep the park open till 4 o'clock in the morning, just for people who like the Haunted Mansion. So they're going to have like Haunted Mansion characters and special food items at the restaurants, and they're going to keep the park open, like the rides open, and have stores that have different items than usual. And I think they're doing that for 4 days. I'll be there for 2 of them. And then after that, on August 9th, I will also be in California, but at Downtown Disney. So if you aren't able to get the tickets to go to the Haunted Mansion Park thing, I'll be doing a free event at the Wonderground Gallery at Downtown Disney in California.
I think that's a great idea.
That way, no matter what, you will be able to see me when I'm in California.
Oh, I see the sunshine. I just saw the sunshine. The little slideshow for.
The picture of her by the pin bag.
He's a cutie.
Oh. So that will be my next couple of events. Will be those 3 at Disneyland, California, and then Dragon Con, and then September 7th at the Pop Gallery here at Disney World in Florida. So Disney keeping me busy.
Indeed.
But we do have. Oh, I didn't have these last time. Last time I was just going to show you this, saying, "Oh, look, here's my Orca Mermaid pin design," but I actually got the pin now. If you guys are pin collectors, I think Matt's going to be packing these up next weekend, right?
Yes.
Next weekend. So we're on a little bit of a delay, but not much of a delay. So I think it's next weekend. And she turned out so cute. There's so much. I don't know how good the camera. I'm probably like putting my face in front of it or something, but she turned out so cute. And she's got a little globe that has a teeny little orca in it, and her tail looks like an orca. And the blue turned out just gorgeous on her.
Oh, there. We got perfect focus.
Does that look good? Okay. I don't
we'll
know
see
how
it.
to tell, but yeah. But there's the cleaned up artwork for her, and there's the little pin. And she is the June pin of the month. We will probably have her. Oh golly gee, probably next weekend she'll be available for purchase also at strangeling.com. But if you are a Patreon pin collector, you will automatically be getting her in the mail. Shipping out next weekend. So she is on her way. And I have the July pin ready too. The pin isn't ready, but I finished the artwork, and this is the scanned in version that we're using to make the metal mold at the factory. And it is Black Orchid Fairy. I think, is there somebody, is our friend Black Orchid Fairy in?
She might be.
I don't know if she's in the room now, but it's funny because she's asked like a million times, and this is not because of her, but this will be the July pin of the month. So if you are a pin collector and you like pins and you're a Patreon pin collector, you will be getting her next weekend, and then you will be getting her when it is July. And of course, she is
a very, very happy Black Orchid Fairy.
Yes. Well, Oh, good. I didn't know she's in the room. Yeah, that's funny. I was gonna say, I don't know about the character. She looks.
I was actually talking about the character.
I was gonna say she looks kind of grumpy. I don't know.
She looks serious. She's very serious about black orchids.
Because you're not smiling doesn't mean you're not happy.
Nice, and she is purple.
She is purple, and I went with different purples than the last time. In fact, I had originally thought about making her the June pin of the month, but then I realized that we did like 3 pins that are purple in a row, mostly because you guys voted for that, so, you know, that's what you got. But I went with a slightly different purple, trying to, more of a maroon, and then like a deep navy blue to offset it. Because black orchids are not actually black. I don't think there are any flowers that are actually black. They're always like a very, 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 very dark purple or blue or something like that. But she's
like
gonna
socks.
be, it's like socks. It's like pre-socks.
No, pre-socks are black.
Those are proper black.
Yes, yes.
But if you are not even a collector yet and you would like to be, you can sign up right now and you can get this one, which glows in the dark, which is the Luna Moths one. It's too light out for me to show you how it glows in the dark. So if you were to join, you would get both these little babies right away. And then you would be getting this one and all the other ones that come after it. We are starting to run low, for those of you who keep track of that sort of thing, of the Luna Moths, who is the glow-in-the-dark one currently. That is the Patreon exclusive. So we will be switching her out for a new one probably in the next month or so. I might have you guys vote, or I might just randomly pick one that strikes my fancy. But these are almost gone, so if you had your heart set on one, go join up now. You can join up twice. You can put your dog on there. I don't care. Yeah.
Tigger wants to see the Hello Kitty painting.
Okay, yeah, this is originally what I was gonna be working on the other last time. Oh, I like printed out all these style sheets I had to follow to make sure it matched Hello Kitty. I also found I have that one. Oh, I do. A long time ago, this is like 10 years ago, I did some concept art for a Sanrio co-brand. I'll show you what they were, and none of these are what ended up being the painting, but I thought you might like to see the concept art. I did this for Sanrio way back when.
Oh man, I remember that.
And she was a lovely mermaid, one of my mermaids. It was going to be a Jasmine Becket-Griffith co-brand with Sanrio and the Bradford group, and sometimes I do concept art and it just never turns into anything, or maybe it will in the future, but it's a little kitty mermaid. And the other one, I think I later turned this into Poppy Fairy, but I got rid of the Hello Kitty. If you know or Poppy Magic. But if you look at her, she had a Hello Kitty, and these are just old sketches I had that I thought you guys might think was funny to see. Oh, and I gave her ears too. I forgot that. And then later she turned into Poppy Magic. But she had a kitty at some point. But instead, we've actually shipped the painting off to California. So I took a picture of her in her frame because it's cool. The frame, if you look at the details on the frame, this is just a crappy photo of it, but it matches the Rococo wallpaper that is like in the background.
That is the best picture I've ever taken.
Oh.
of a piece of art.
Hey,
it's easier when they're small, I think.
Yeah, probably so. But anyways, here is my painting that is an official Sanrio product for the Corey Helford Gallery's Happy 45th Birthday Hello Kitty event that they're having in Los Angeles on June 29th at the Corey Helford Gallery in downtown Los Angeles. And this is my original painting, or the picture of it, because they have it in California. If you look, I don't know how bright these lights are, hopefully it's not too much of a glare. You got my Hello Kitty. I kind of made it a little bit goth. She's got little skulls in her hair, and so does her kitty. But
Karen wants to buy the fairy with the Hello Kitty.
Oh no, I can't sell them. Yeah, when you do concept art for a company and they don't actually license it into something, I just like kind of gather dust in my house, really. But she turned out cute, didn't she? But this one,
so much time on those.
I know, that's how things are. Oh, I've got even more. Heck, I did some that were only Hello Kitty.
Oh, Jasmine,
Yeah.
is there any chance of any a limited run of prints or anything like that with this, or is it just the original?
There is a chance. The original painting. I also too. I want to show off. If you notice, she doesn't have a mouth because Hello Kitty's ear is in front of her face.
That's so clever.
Hello Kitty doesn't have a mouth, and she's not sad. Hello Kitty's happy. She's got a house in London, Paris, Tokyo. She lives all over the world. She's awesome, and she's only 5 years older than me. But the Sanrio company might be they're picking some of the artists' artwork. Again, it's a whole show. Here's the flyer for it. It's the 45th anniversary group show. It's 7 to 11. They're actually having a party at the Corey Hilford Gallery. And there are a couple dozen artists that are going to be there.
Nice names on
Yeah,
there.
there's a lot of neat people.
I'm sure that a lot of the people in the room are fans.
Oh gosh, yeah. Brandy Milne's on there. Camilla D'Erico.
Yeah, we got to know her better.
She was our neighbor at
Planet
Comic-Con. Paul Frank.
He's very sweet.
Everybody knows Paul Frank, those monkeys that are on things. Tara McPherson, Yusuke Ueno. I know almost like all these people. Marie Larkin, Martin
That's a
Shu.
really hot list there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm
intimidating.
looking at it. I'm like, wow, I kind of wish I was going to be there. I will be in Kansas City, I think then. But it's a very good list. They are they're gonna of course have the original paintings that everybody did. Mine is not a big painting. It's an 8x10 framed. I think it's 17 by 19, so it's a big fancy frame. But Sanrio is going to pick some of the paintings, and I don't know whose paintings yet. They might pick one of mine. Oh, Kukula is going to be there. She does lovely work. Oh, Junko Mizuno. Sorry, I should have probably read this first. Oh, there's me. Jasmine Becket-Griffith. They are Olivia. Sorry, that's Olivia Bernanis. Our friend from way back with the pinup art. We saw her at the heavy metal show.
I do.
Okay.
All Frank.
Shoot. Yeah, there's a lot of people on here. Anyways, Sanrio, the company that owns Hello Kitty, will be picking some of the people's artwork who are doing portraits of her for her birthday to do prints of. And some of them they might license into merchandise. I've heard possible things like coffee cups or shirts or that sort of thing. But I don't know who yet. So cross your fingers. Yeah.
TNG said, hope you had a good birthday.
Oh, yes, I did.
And then, let's see. Alicia asked a while ago if you're going to have another steampunk pin.
Pin or a painting?
Pin?
Oh, pin? Probably. There are a few paintings I've done that are kind of like in my steampunk series that I've kind of held off on doing pins of because I thought they might look nice to put in a series together.
Oh, that'd be nice.
So that might be, again, as far as the enamel pins, like the ones that are in different shapes go, probably the Raven ones will be next, the Edgar Allan Poe ones, and then I might do a steampunk one. The newest series that we're talking about doing is going to be another one that goes on the Patreon exclusive shopping area where, the Porcelina pin I did that some of you guys saw it, it's instead of being bumpy like molded on the top with metal, it's actually offset printed into the metal. I'm thinking about doing that as a square. I had some samples done and they look lovely of my Faces of Fairy painting. So I'm thinking about doing a few groups of my Faces of Fairy as little maybe 1-inch square pins that are full color. I don't have to cut them down to the cartoon.
Yeah, does that idea sound good to people?
Yeah, I've mentioned it a couple times in the pin group, and people seemed enthusiastic about it. And because I've wanted to do a lot of the Faces of Fairy pins for a long time, but they are hard
Jasmine,
to do. Yeah.
Leela says that would be awesome for the Poe pin set.
Maybe so. The thing about that would be,
that would get Leela off her back.
Oh. No, I would probably want to cut, I'd probably want to die cut them though, because Faces of Fairy are pretty much all faces, hence the name, and they're squares. They're all square paintings, so those I would make little 1-inch squares. If it's something like, Quoth the Raven Nevermore, or Perch and Set Nothing More, something like that, I'd probably want the outline to be in it, because they're interesting geometric shapes also.
Very true.
I don't know.
Very true.
Yeah, I don't know yet about if they'll have prints or not, but they will have the original painting. If you guys are interested in the painting, do you have you can email Sherry or Sarah.
I will find.
Yeah, I think I wrote them down. It's like Sherry at Corey Helfer Gallery or Sarah at Corey Helfer Gallery.
Let me find.
Don't confuse it. Your sister's names are the same names, but they're
won't.
spelled different.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you can put those up there, let them know you're interested in Jasmine's Hello Kitty, and then they can also tell you if they're gonna have prints or something. So they had, I hope they have prints. Otherwise, this is gonna be like the ultimate collectible right here. Is the one painting that has Hello Kitty. That kind of makes me sad. But I was gonna show you guys these ones. This is even older. These are two different ones. When they asked if I would do a Hello Kitty by herself. And they wanted to do kind of a goth one, and then they wanted kind of a cutesy one that kind of looked like my fairies. But this would never turn anything either. But this was kind of neat. These were going to be possibly figurines.
I don't know. I really
this
think,
is like
Jasmine,
12 years ago. But yeah,
Jasmine, I think that I don't know. I don't think you see it, but your sketchy skills.
I'm not good at drawing.
Are kind of amazing.
Well,
I don't.
Thank you.
I mean, does anyone else see that
I
in the room?
don't know.
Jasmine says
I don't draw.
she's never been fond of her.
I'm mostly interested in painting. I mean, it's fun to sketch stuff like that, but I mostly just like painting.
I understand.
Well, you can see when I start on a painting.
I just think they look. I love the sketchy things.
Thank you, honey.
I mean,
sketchy sounds like it's dodgy. Or
I apologize.
But I did kind of like this one, and she did turn into.
Yeah, the sketches are beautiful. People.
She turned
love,
into.
Yeah, no.
She turned into
Poppy
Magic years later.
I mean, there's so much concept work that you've done that.
Oh my god!
Where did it go? I don't know if it's in the trash.
My house is like filled with stuff, and every 10 times I get hired to do something, and it sometimes doesn't turn into anything. But
I would love to mat and frame them for you.
Oh, maybe
I could do that.
I'm gonna set it on the floor here for the cats to step on. Now.
Yeah, I know that's where they.
I have too much of this stuff.
So now people are saying they really want concepts and sketches for sale.
Yeah, the problem with concept. Well, I could do that with my own stuff. When it's something like Sanrio or Disney, they own the rights to them, so I can't sell the sketches
concept art be given away.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on eBay the next. I'm not.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I've done that with my color roughs that I've gotten from Disney. The color proofs. I do those on Disney, but I have to write not for sale like in Sharpie on it because. I can't, and I give those away to Patreon people. I just randomly give them away to people because I literally don't have room for them, but I can't sell them and nobody else can. And if it was a license that was picked up, then only the official channel can do. And if it wasn't picked up, then it's like I can't legally do stuff with it. So I do give those away to people at Patreon. So
I remember
one more reason to join Patreon, man. Yeah.
A few months ago,
a
couple months ago, we were at David's show.
Yes.
And
the Dark
we
Art
bought a couple
Emporium,
pieces.
David Minkoff, yes.
I'm not even sure if we. I mean, I'd like to show them on screen. I'm not sure if I could.
They might ruin the family-friendly atmosphere.
Yeah,
but you can check out his work for yourself. His what was his website? davidgoffart.com.
I will check that.
Find it. Send a link up there
sure.
because he's been a good friend to me for 18 years now. They pointed out the other day, I think it was on my birthday. But he does magnificent artwork. But are you going to talk about how he had sketches? He had sketches. Yes, and at his show.
They were.
That was cool.
And I mean,
and they were all framed and fancy.
They were much more affordable
than the originals. Yeah.
But I'll put up his link. And again, this is not
Disney here. This is grown-up artwork.
Yeah, this is grown-up artwork.
It's not grown-up artwork, but don't.
It's a bit graphic. I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, check it out if you like some darker stuff.
Yeah.
I'll just say darker.
Yeah, he's one of the artists that I actually collect as far as my. You can see. I've got a little one of his. I don't think you can see it, but yeah.
Someone just asked what Patreon is.
Patreon is.
I'll put up the link for it.
Please do that. I like your question. No, that is a website that is a subscription-based social media website, kind of like something like Facebook Facebook, but it costs a little bit of money, literally $1, but it is something that I control myself. You don't have ads up there. I give away prizes, kind of like I do up at Twitch here. And I will, I give previews of my paintings, and also I do random surprise giveaways up there, including original paintings and stuff. Like we're talking about how when I do concept art for a company and I can't sell it, but I end up with a bunch of artwork that I can't do anything with because I can't sell it and I've got to write not for sale on it, I give those away as prizes up there. It also has other options like discounts and
It's
the
basically
pin collector thing, obviously.
basically
all these little pins, you get these every month if you join the pin collector
yeah,
tier.
it's better than a fan club. I don't know what it is. It's
Yeah.
it's actually helping us survive.
Yeah, it's a way that I follow a lot of other artists up there. It's also very good for musicians. I follow a handful of musicians up there, and they will put up demos or singles of their
Jasmine?
music before everybody else can see it. Yeah.
People are in the room are actually asking me to cajole you into the sketches. I do love that word.
Yeah.
And also, Sassy has a question.
Oh, what's that?
Do you think that the Alice coloring books will be at the Kansas City Ren Fair?
It will be
Maybe not at the beginning, or
close. I'm trying
like
to think.
a couple weeks in, maybe at least.
Let me think. If the Pop Gallery
I'm trying
one
to think.
is September 7th, when is Labor Day this week? This year? It's it's the
let me
end of
see.
August, or is it the beginning
Well,
of
of course, we're at
September?
Dragon Con then.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. The Ren Fair always opens the same weekend as Dragon Con.
It's
because
early.
Always Labor Day.
It's
I think
earlier.
I think it's August, right?
Yeah, it starts in August because I was just actually adding things to my calendar.
You know, I could confidently say it will be
Earlier.
at the Kansas City Renaissance Festival, but probably not the first weekend.
That's what I was gonna say, but I wasn't
Yeah.
sure.
Because they'll have to get it somehow. The publishers, Blue Angel Publishing, who do all of my coloring books, are in Australia. So when they have a release on something, sometimes they get it in Australia or New Zealand, or sometimes even Europe or England before I actually get mine here way out in the States, unless I'm traveling at the time. But it is Labor Day weekend, which is the same weekend as the Ren
Starts
Fair in
Friday,
Dragon.
Friday,
Oh, my
August
word.
30th.
Friday, August 30th.
It depends what you
Okay.
consider the start of Labor Day weekend.
Okay.
Of course, we would
It's
think
turning
of it as
into like a
earlier.
whole week Labor Day weekend.
Now people are
isn't it?
hashtagging cajole and
Cajole.
saying cajole, and
Yeah.
so I'll just let that sit there.
Okay.
Jasmine kind of knows how you guys feel about sketches now.
Okay. Well,
That's how I've
don't
always
know.
felt about them.
I would be embarrassed to say this, but sometimes I find like wrinkled up sketches at the bottom underneath
I
my.
don't, Jasmine.
They probably end up in
People
the
might-
trash.
no, don't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just don't.
Okay, I won't.
At any rate, one thing that I've noticed through art collectors, and not just like dead artists, not the living artists. I know we're always supposed to
Not
support.
dead artists or not the living artists.
We're supposed to support. Oh,
Oh, sorry.
I'm not gonna snooze this.
Got to give prizes.
I'll
now.
give a prize away, but I
You're
do
gonna
want
do
to say that
snooze on
sketches
the-
are usually
okay.
like I love a famous painter called Delacroix.
Oh
And he
yeah.
has so many sketches. That's a way to buy into that and start trading, and you can always trade up and get the originals. Sketches are
Well,
a way.
sketches are
originals. Yeah, essentially.
They're just
And
not paintings.
They're also studies, which are kind of a different.
That's kind of what I'm trying to do with the mini
Yeah.
films a bit. Like
So,
these are obviously.
If you guys know what a study
sketches.
is, that's it's kind of a different thing. But I love studies.
They're still original. They're not a print or
absolutely.
they're not a copy or anything. They're just
All right.
a preparatory work that you do before you would make a final version of it, or something like this where I am taking a character and trying to develop more into an individual. Like, oh, this is his portrait, when before he was just like a little piece of metal that was a pen. I'd like to have him have his own little portrait. I think he deserves it. He's a
Okay,
cutie.
we got a winner, and we know.
Oh, and
It's. I think I'm. I know.
sorry,
I'm
the
pretty sure that
Biohazard-
he's won before. It's Nigel.
Biohazard in red.
Nigel.
Nigel, England.
Yeah.
Every Nigel I know is in England, I think.
Leela's
but
not.
Leela's Nigel. Kieran's Nigel. Okay.
So you just won. Let me.
You
now I need
just
to-
won this one, and this is Biohazard in red.
So,
I'll have to show you. Well, I'll show you guys
if you
the
email us
end,
tonight, Nigel, I can get that. I can get that
We'll
in the mail
get
tomorrow.
in the mail before we get
If
to
you
New
can,
York
that would be
tomorrow.
great.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you don't mind waiting.
If it's going to England, it'll probably.
Oh, and
take
thank you
about
for
the
the
same amount of time.
We've got some people. I just looked in our emails real quick. We got some people joining our pin tier.
Oh, excellent!
Thank you so
Hey,
much,
It's a
guys.
good time to join because we've got neat
And
ones
I will
coming up.
probably be I will be sending your packages out probably along with the larger group
like next weekend.
next week. So
Okay.
but
So,
you'll get a nice
if
welcome letter.
If you're brand new, you will start off
And
with
let
both
me-
these, and also we have the lanyard still too, right? That we're doing for the
Yep, you
pins.
bet.
Yeah.
We still
So
have
you get 2
lanyards,
pins and
and
a
I will
lanyard,
let Jasmine
and
know when we're low
shipping
on
and
those.
everything anywhere in the world. It's only $25, and you also get all the other Patreon perks, including the opportunity to do things like buy the mini paintings that I don't offer to the general public. So Patreon, I like Patreon. It's not, you know how Facebook only shows you like 1/10 of the posts that if you follow somebody and they're like, oh, you have to pay extra money to show this, etc., etc. Patreon shows you everything, and they send you an email and make a little digest, and that's why I like to follow my own artist friends up there.
So there's your message there, Nigel. If you can
So is
shoot
the
us that
second,
email.
is the second one the mermaid then?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the next one, so roughly an hour from now. will
Patreon
be
doesn't
the
have
mermaid.
jail either.
Oh yeah, they don't.
I think I missed the joke. I'm sorry.
I've been in Facebook jail before.
Oh. Yeah, Patreon.
Facebook
You can
likes putting me in
Patreon, you
jail
can
for
do whatever
painting
you like.
mermaids. Yeah, more within reason.
Sure. Well, Jasmine or I could do whatever we like because we
I'm not gonna do
wouldn't
anything
get weird.
bad. Yeah.
you know.
Nah.
But yes. So we've learned that people definitely want your Hello Kitty painting, and they want sketches of just sketches in
Sketches
general.
of stuff in general, even if it's not okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
okay. I don't know.
You might think, Jasmine, because I've seen some of the paper that you've sketched on. I don't think anybody would want.
I'll like sketch it on the back of old receipts and napkins and stuff. I mean,
you
that's
don't want to
not
get
something
Picasso,
you'd want to frame.
you don't want to get Picasso about things.
No, unless I do want to get Picasso about things. I don't know. That's
Well,
an open-ended
that's up
question.
to you.
Yeah.
I noticed that you're working with white paint. Do you usually start with lighter colors?
It depends on the painting. These are kind of versions of characters I've done before. What I've done here is I've used a tinted gesso. I started off with kind of a grayish brown color, and I mixed some green with this one and some blue with this one because I want her to have green skin, like in her pin. Where'd she go? Doo-doo-doo. So I'm taking the same color that I used to tint the gesso, and I'm mixing it. It's not white, but it's Titan Buff, which is it's golden fluid acrylic. It's kind of a neutral, warm sort of color. It's not too off-white. It's something you'd see like painted on the ceiling. And I'm building
such
up
a
from
D&D
there.
name.
Yeah.
Without being a D&D
Titan
thing.
Buff. Yeah, it sounds like
It makes you twice as tall and twice as wide.
Yeah.
So I promised the group that I would work the cajole angle.
Okay.
And I will. Maybe that's something that we can.
You know, maybe that's something I could
chat
put in
about.
that Patreon shopping area.
People are really
I don't know. I would feel.
Exclamation cajole. So Onyx says they love sketches, just no cat pee on it. LOL.
Yeah.
Now catnip and my kitties would love them too.
There's a 50-50 chance
Well,
in our
I mean,
house, man.
I would not. When I'm gone for a week or two, I would not put it past Jasmine to probably line the kitty cat. I mean, does she?
I don't usually go near the litter box.
That's true, but
It's your
I
job.
just think that it has its. I think sketches are cool. Personally,
I probably
love seeing
should.
sketches from
Again,
other artists.
if it's something that somebody would like, and as opposed to me throwing it away.
I think
or
they're kind of
something.
demanding it.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. Well, I'm happy we had this dialogue here. That might be. Maybe that's something.
Have
Maddie,
you been on a while?
could
Jasmine's
say.
Facebook said she would have only just started now at 22 o'clock.
In the UK?
Okay, do we get the time wrong?
Maybe. I was going by the Twitch official world clock.
That's true. We're sorry, A. Kester.
Well, what time is it in the UK right now?
What time is it where you're at? They said, well,
Are they in
22. That'd be
England?
10 o'clock there.
If I started at 4 o'clock here, that would be 6 hours later?
Yeah, some people said, hi, Matt, did the broadcast start earlier than 22 UK time? So I guess it...
Oh, I don't know. I was just going by the Twitch, the world clock thing that said what it was in London.
Oh, okay, well...
Maybe they don't have summertime or daylight savings time on there.
It's 10 p.m.
Oh shoot! I'm sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, 10 p.m. would be 22
let's see.
o'clock. Well, what time is it? Yeah.
So,
Also,
yeah, we did start an hour ago. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we started an hour ago. It could be that my
Forgive
phone
us.
was still on Kansas City. We just flew in from Kansas City, which is in Central Time. So maybe it was. I just went on the Twitch world clock thing, so I'm not sure. Yeah. But yeah, we've been here about an hour, but we'll be here for more hours.
We'll be here for 2 more hours.
And we'll be back next Sunday for sure. Starting at I should probably just say it. I know Eastern Standard Time. We will be at 4 o'clock is when we start our time.
So yeah, we just
depending
got
where
an
you're
influx of people now.
Oh shoot!
We're at 101 viewers.
Oh wow! For heaven's sake! Hi everybody. You didn't actually. What's funny is the person who won the first prize though was somebody in England, wasn't it?
Yes.
So you didn't.
Yes.
Miss out on a
For
whole
those
lot.
of you in the room,
you can also
Nitro Nigel won.
If you always want to catch up, if you missed a broadcast, you can go up on the archive on Twitch, or alternately, you can go to my YouTube channel. The one on Twitch keeps it for like I forget, like 2 months or something. And the one on YouTube keeps it there forever. So you can go up there and see all my broadcasts I've ever done. Usually about 24 hours after
Home Decor says it's 3:08 here.
3:08.
Probably.
So are they in Pacific time? Or Mountain time?
Maybe they're in Denver.
Or Arizona.
I forget
That's
where
Mountain
Home Decor
time.
lives. We talked about it before.
Mountain time.
Describe your painting process and materials. It looks so smooth and effortless. Doesn't she make it look easy, Vanessa?
Oh.
I've been watching her paint for years, and it's just, I don't know, kind of second nature to her, but at this point...
It is. If you don't know me, you may or may not have heard, I have been selling my artwork professionally since I was 5 years old, and I just turned 40, so that has been 35 years now. As far as my website goes, I started in 1997 when I was 17, and we're coming up on the 22nd anniversary of that this July. So this is something I do as much as I do anything.
What was the checkout process like that?
What's that?
All those years ago, basically you emailed us if you wanted?
In 1997?
Yeah.
I used Biz Hosting.
Biz Hosting.
Biz Hosting with a Z. I think it had 2 Z's in it.
Gee whiz.
Yeah, it was not the best website.
Biz.
But I remember I had to have separate item SKUs if somebody wanted a signed print as opposed to a regular print. And I had to upload a different picture of it. It was weird.
Is this painting going to be a pale or dark sort of Medusa?
This is going to be Dark Medusa. I've got my little pen here. Basically what I'm doing is a more realistic portrait version of the Dark Medusa pin that was one of the DragonCon exclusives that was from... Was that last year? Not this past year, but the year prior?
Yes.
Yeah. 2017?
No, 2018.
2018.
I don't know what year it was off.
Well, last year would have been 2018.
Mm-hmm. It's from 2018.
So it is from 2018?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a couple rounds of DragonCon pins.
Hook up to the 56K and ask Jeeves for Strangeling art.
Yes, exactly.
Streaming videos have come a long way from the Yahoo days. Well, certainly.
Oh my gosh, remember my Yahoo camera, Maddie?
If you got 11 viewers, it went south.
Yeah, if I had like more than... I used to have a 24/7 webcam, maybe you can believe that. That was... that would have been before we even moved to Florida, so that would have been about 18 years ago.
I don't think it had any sound.
It didn't have sound, which was weird. But you could see in my whole apartment, it was an old apartment, like a basement, weird apartment in Kansas City.
That was the only part we kept clean.
And it was funny, though, because it would broadcast all the time. So if I was on vacation, you just see like an empty desk for a week or something.
It was more like one of those zoo videos where you watch a monkey
Yeah, it was more
like
like a
Zoom.
surveillance camera. You'd see it at convenience store to see if somebody robbed it. It wasn't like this. It wasn't interactive, but that was
Is that rain or is that
that's
the
rain.
squirrel? Okay.
That's it could also be squirrels, but I think it's mostly
Yeah, we've
rain.
got a kind of a bit of a gray day today in Florida.
Yeah.
Nice though. We need some rain for
We need
to
the
keep it
rain.
green.
That's why Florida has so many flowers and all our green plants. So I've been working with not the gesso, but the same color that I used to tint the gesso with, which is kind of an off green. And I've been adding lighter colors to it because I'm kind of building up from a dark area. And I put some darker colors, mostly Van Dyke brown and a bit of Payne's gray, with that same kind of generic green. Here's the green color. It's kind of just a muddy green. Kind of matches the wall behind me, really. And I'm using it to kind of match her color tone of her skin, but making it look more gradated and three-dimensional. Building her nose out a bit. I didn't really draw her nose in much. But yeah, maybe I should. I kind of like what you're talking about, sketching. I like drawing. I don't do it a whole lot, but it's something I tend to do when I'm traveling, or let's say I'm on a train or an airplane and I can't really paint. That's something I will sketch stuff, and I don't really do anything with the sketches. That could be something cool I could put on the Patreon store on my website.
Definitely.
That'd be another reason to join Patreon.
Definitely. We could buy some specific frames for them. I could do a simple black matte.
Yeah.
Archival. I mean, that's
because I do pastels sometimes. I'll sometimes do a color off if I'm not sure what sort of color palette usually if it's gonna be a more big grand painting, I like to do a smaller version of it first, and I would do that in pastels or just sketch it with a pencil.
Jasmine, do you have any new fairy figurines coming out?
I do.
Like
What's the one I got to? I was gonna say I got a series of 6 of them less than 24 hours ago that I just approved that are a light up lantern version of my Dia de Muertos series, where it has new characters that are actual three-dimensional figurines, and then underneath it, it has my painting as something that can be plugged in and plugged out, and it kind of lights up. And we're working on the ins and outs of it. That's another one for the Bradford Exchange, and that would be one that I don't know if they're scheduling it to come out this autumn, maybe around Halloween, but
I cannot keep track of that
is the most
stuff.
recent
Sorry,
one.
guys.
Although, what's the other one that we had? I just approved. Oh, it's one that had little animals in it. It's one of the bird ones. I've done a few different concept designs recently with the Hamilton collection that are bird themed, that are songbird themed. And the first one we did was a cardinal one, and they did a test market, did really well. So we're doing some other birds, and mostly they are birds that live in my backyard, which is, pretty obvious, but, they live in my yard. And those are starting to be available around right now, I think.
I love the birdies too. That's something
Yeah.
Jasmine and I have in common, is our love of birds.
Yeah.
If I were one of those people who doesn't travel much, I think I would keep a parrot.
Aww.
But then I'd worry about kitties. It's kind of...
Yeah, if you have cats in your house, unless you're very vigilant or have a better setup than we have, it's hard to keep birds too. But we have birdies in our backyard a lot.
But yeah, I adore birds. There's something special about them that it's just... I know there are people that actually they're afraid of birds.
I've known a couple of people who have bird phobias, which is kind of funny, because my mom's friend who is afraid of birds, they would literally try to dive bomb him a lot. It's like they could tell he didn't like them. I don't know. I am hopefully going to be part of a group art show that is to benefit one of the bird conservation areas. It might actually be in New York City next year, I think, but I'm hoping to do a couple pieces for that, and it's like a fundraiser. Poor birdies.
Oh, I know that
birdies.
Sometimes birdies and the kitties get along. I'm just...
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Not
our kitties,
the
but...
cats that we have are very...
Our cats are all rescued feral cats, so if they see a bird, they want to eat it. They don't
eat
care.
us, I think.
They want to eat us, too, if we fall asleep too long.
Oh, thank you. People are blessing me because I coughed.
Oh, there you go. Hey, nice.
Wow, I feel like I just gained a hit point. Thank you, guys. Are you doing another bee pin for the bee conservation?
Oh, I might do. This one that I'm doing for last year, I did that for July. That was the free pin that we were handing out for my July anniversary pin, and then we used that as if you shared it, the Bee Conservation Society would donate $1 every time you shared it.
That was pretty cool.
Which was awesome, and everybody shared it on Instagram, and I think we ended up making a whole bunch of money for the bee people. I didn't get any because I gave them away for free, but the bee people got stuff, and the bees therefore got it. But not for July, but we might be doing another one later this year. Because the one for July, I just showed off. He's not a bee, he's a dragon. So the dragon conservation people need to get on this one, because dragons aren't doing all that good. Oh, he's cute though.
Oh, Jasmine.
You know, I did a bee dragon. That was for Dragon Con one year, the bumblebee dragon. Yeah.
Ian says these aren't quite birds, but he's starting to get dark here and he's watching the bats.
Oh, little bats.
We saw some bats the other day.
Day before yesterday, we saw some not far from our house.
I love bees and would love to be able to help. Oh my.
Aww.
That's
oh,
cute.
that attitude you can.
Yes, another bee pin. You guys are just pin hungry. Let's see.
I like the bees. Bees are one of my favorite animals.
Enchanted treasure gifts. Hi, Tanya.
Oh, hey, Tanya.
Looks like there is a new Egyptian one from Bradford Exchange.
Oh, that's one. That's one. The queen, the Egyptian queen ones with the kitties.
Oh,
yes,
that's so cool.
That's a brand new one. Man, I am busier than I know sometimes.
It's usually Jasmine and I usually gravitate towards kitties and birds.
Yeah.
I love doggies too, but I do have the allergies, which is a pain.
Yeah.
But I promise you guys that they've gotten less so.
Yeah.
I seem to be bothered less by the
yeah,
doggies.
you were at my sister's house for a while last week, and her doggie didn't really bother you at all.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And I have a very close relationship with Ginkgo.
Ginkgo.
She's special.
She has modeled for many of my wolf paintings. She's
a cutie.
half Malamute,
adore
half
her.
German Shepherd, and she looks just like a wolf. It's my sister's kitty.
She just stares at me.
She just looks at you and
it's so
smiles,
sweet.
and she's a very, very senior doggie, but we've known her whole life since she was tiny.
Do you have any new books coming out, Jasmine?
Let me see. Well, as far as art books, like with my paintings in it, we had Forever Strange was a book that came out a couple months ago, and it's a couple hundred pages long, it's all full color, fancy coffee table sort of book. My Alice in Wonderland coloring book is coming out September 7th is the official release date. They just mentioned it this week was the announcement. They're going to have a release party at Disney Springs here at Disney World in Florida at the Pop Gallery on September 7th. And that will be available on Amazon and all the other websites. Now, Pop Gallery is actually taking pre-orders if you want an autographed one. And they only charge $19.99 for them there, so that is not bad. And they will ship anywhere in the world. But I think those are the next two most recent books that are coming out.
That's pretty cool.
Always got something happening.
Dave Fletch said that Belle loved meeting me at Disney Marketplace.
Aww.
A doggy.
Yeah.
Jasmine and I both grew up in the Kansas City area.
Yeah.
Which, if you're not from the U.S., that is right in the middle of United States.
Of everything. Yeah, I'm from South KC.
In between Missouri and Kansas.
Yeah, right on the border. I was actually born on the Kansas side, but it's like a street down the middle of it. It's like half of it's in Kansas and half is in Missouri. But I grew up in Missouri. And we still have a house out there, so we go up there a lot when we have family stuff going on, and I still have a studio there. I build a building adjacent to one of my family members' property, so when I'm in town, I can still paint. We've actually done Twitch from there before, and we probably will be doing so in July. So if you want to see what my Kansas City studio looks like, you can keep an eye out for July. That's also why we do the Kansas City Renaissance Festival. One of my shipping centers is out there that's run by my brother-in-law Chris and his wife, my sister Amber. And if you guys go do Planet Comic-Con or NakaCon or a lot of the shows that we do in Kansas City, you will meet them. And Willow and Fox.
Sassy is asking about our Wren house. Did it do okay during the storm? I don't know if Chris or Amber checked on the Renfrew house, but they would have probably said something.
They probably would have. I'm trying to. I haven't been there myself. Did say
something
since the
about
festival.
that. I don't know. A lot of stuff was going on.
They go there and they check periodically throughout the year because there's always something going on. One year it got broken into, but usually, or we have to hold it up and like weatherproof it for the winter and all that.
Jasmine?
Yeah.
Jackie's wondering how many minis there will be. On
Tuesday?
Yeah.
Or a week from Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually not sure. I want to get a few done. I think I've got 4 that are partway done, and I've got 2.
We will be in New York.
We will be in New
week.
York for a lot of this week. So if I were to guess, I'd probably say around 6, maybe 7 or 8. But I've been planning this for a while, and it seems like Tuesday will be a time that will for sure be in Florida, and that way I can monitor it and we can pop them up on the website. But if this works out and people seem to like to be able to buy the mini paintings that way and just like put them in your cart and check out, that might be something we try to do every few weeks or once a month. So.
Karen's asking if they can see the other ones.
They are in Kansas City, so
there you go.
Yeah, you can't see them right now, but I will try to either get a scan or a photograph of them sometime before. I'll probably preview them to the Patreon people on my Patreon before they pop up on the website. That's the plan, at least.
Oh dang! Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Gonna say I have for those who don't know me, I have a studio here, well, kind of 2 in Florida. I have the one in Kansas City, and then I have one in London. So sometimes I have pieces that are halfway finished at one house, and I've got the other one stuck in a suitcase at the other house, and just it's kind of a mess. But
Jasmine, how much do you think they'll be?
Pretty. I think.
I was thinking 80,000.
80,000. No, I think they're $595. Is that right? Yeah, I think it's $595. But if you're a Patreon 10 person, you can get your 10% discount, which makes them $535, and they'll come framed and everything's included in that. So.
Yep.
So if you are a person who really likes mini paintings and you aren't a Patreon person, go pay your $1 and then you can buy them, or pay your $10 and save $60 every time you get one.
So. Yeah, me mentioning 80,000 and then you mentioning your price makes
that makes it sound so much less, doesn't it? No, I won't do. I don't think I would do custom ones up there.
I would really.
I pretty much just auction those because that's kind of like, hey, I've got the spare time to do this.
Well, custom ones will often people will bid more than that.
Yeah, those go for 3,000.
It's a different thing.
They're very different, but these ones are often very cool because they will have either being like something that was a pin design or a character I'm trying to develop, or sometimes there'll be studies for paintings I'm planning to do, and that's kind of the extended plan to maybe do some studies while I'm preparing for my 2020 solo show.
That is so cool. See, that's like the sketches we're kind of
they'd kind of be like the color version of the sketches. You know what, maybe since people really do seem interested, if I do have pencil sketches, maybe I could put those up on the website too.
What do we do with those? Workable fixative?
I would put a regular fixative on them. Okay. Workable is when you're going to, if you're like doing charcoal and you still want to be able to smudge it around.
I don't know. From workable fixative.
When I was little, I used to just use Aquanet hairspray and I'd spray it all over charcoal drawings.
That was the thing when I worked at Michael's. Oh, yeah. Taryn's very happy now.
Oh, okay. Yay.
Like, so many S's after the yes.
Oh, good. I like it when people are happy.
Well, and maybe those... Either you could, if we frame them, you could have them at Corey Helford, or you could have some of them at Corey Helford, and maybe some on the Patreon thing.
Well, yeah, and not to steal David's ideas, but I saw he was doing
David would. He
was doing some color roughs for his show that's coming up like in 2 years or something like that, and he puts the color roughs up for sale in the meantime. and that gets people excited for the paintings coming out later. And he just like popped one up yesterday.
See, I can see the
So
benefit.
that
of,
also,
like,
you know, keeps your bills
live
being paid
Yeah,
while you're
you can see what they really
waiting for
want.
2 years to do your gallery show that you get paid for 2 years later. So instead of being like 50, I could make enough money to pay my gas bill in the meantime. And people could keep getting artwork and watch me paint something on Twitch.
Oh, also,
so I don't have to hide it.
Also, to those, I know we often talk about Disney in here.
Oh, yeah.
To those who are visiting Disney, don't forget to see Reflections of Earth before it goes away
at Epcot.
on September 30th, I believe, is the last day.
I think it's, because I think in October is going to be the new show. So if you've liked the fireworks at Epcot, go see them.
It's a very good show. It's neat.
It is very
but
good.
I'm
excited to see the new one.
I'm excited to see the new one. But I'd like to see it again too, Sweetie.
Oh, definitely.
If we can.
Well, it's interesting for us too because we live in our houses are in Celebration and Reunion, Florida, which are very close to Disney World, so we can hear the fireworks at night. So I know, oh, there's that loud noise. That's at 9:30, and the cats even get used to it and stuff like that. So them changing their fireworks show is actually going to affect us in a weird kind of way, which I would have never thought, but. We can't see them from our house, but we can hear them.
Yeah.
I always see on real estate ads, they brag if you can see the Disney fireworks from your house.
Yeah,
but
it's one of the features.
Them, but we can hear them.
Oh, Alicia's asking about the paint by numbers.
Oh, yes. Oh, I finally heard from them again. So hopefully that they had approached me a long time ago, and I asked people, I was like, okay, I'll ask the coloring book people, do you guys like to do paint by numbers also? And everybody's like, yes. And I was like, hey, coloring or paint by number people are really excited about this. And then I didn't hear anything for, I don't know, 6 months or something. And now I recently heard another thing from them. So
that's sometimes how it works in licensing / product-y world.
I've had companies approach me for licensing, and I don't hear again from them within 2 years, and then a product doesn't get made until 7 years later. So that's sometimes how it goes.
Sister Biscuit says, it's been forever ago, but does Jasmine recall if she varnished / put fixative on the canvas mini paintings she used to sell on eBay?
If they were on canvas sheets, like the if it's like a floppy piece of canvas and it was an original painting and they were the ones I used to do, like they were basically just sketches done in paint that were like $50 and they were,
I remember those days.
Yeah, I used to do loads. There was one year I did one every day, every morning. I did not put a varnish or fixative on those because the acrylics I was using at that time did not require that. They were a craft grade acrylic that basically turns into a big sheet of plastic. And also that sort of canvas, when it is not stretched, it is on a pliable surface. I didn't want to put any kind of varnish that could crack if you were to bend it or if it got folded or something like that. I pretty much just do it on wood things or canvases that have been stretched on a board already.
I remember.
So they won't be shiny. Those will be more of a matte finish.
Those were
that would have been quite a while ago.
Those really helped us buy groceries.
Yeah, they did.
It's hard to explain.
I know.
It was so weird. It was such
got a weird job, man. Yeah.
Yeah. And there still is. It's just how things are.
Yeah. I'm taking some of that Payne's Gray and Van Dyke Brown, and I'm starting to shade in areas under where the little snakes are. I'm looking at my little pin here. Of course, that she is based off of. And she was originally based off of, I had a version of this pen that was called Pale Medusa. That was a realistic painting of Medusa. Medusa and Her Cat is another painting that was like a full detailed shaded painting.
I love that one.
Yeah, I like that one too. And I've done a few different studies.
Actually, you painted that. Didn't you paint that on Twitch?
I think I did,
yeah. I think you did.
Medusa and Her Cat. But I haven't done one that has the color scheme that is in Dark Medusa. Because she's got kind of a zombie theme to her. I don't think I have a Pale Medusa lying around handy, but she has kind of like red eyes and green skin. And it's kind of more creepy looking. But she's looking very pretty. And he's looking quite handsome here. little rainbow dragon friend.
Aw.
Where'd that pin go?
Always reminds me of our cats.
I know, he looks like Rio.
Yeah, she has that little kissy face.
Mm-hmm. Got a cute little snoot. Is that you, Mr. Dragon? Oh, there you are. So this is kind of him, but I'm gonna paint him like he's a more realistic character. Like it's like a little fancy portrait he'd have on the wall of himself. So it'll look
Shadow
more
Dancer says
three-dimensional.
the sound just went away. Can anybody else hear us?
Uh-oh. Can you hear Maddie on yours?
Okay, it's back. Never mind.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. All right.
Whew. Is it
Yay.
sunshine time yet? I don't know about
Where
kitty
is
time
Sunshine?
lately.
Kitty, Sunshine was around here a minute ago.
I'm just
No, I might
I'm
run
kind
to
of
the
afraid of
bathroom
the
a
cats
bit, and
right
I might grab her, but
okay.
I can check. Can you see?
Well, while you're checking, I'll talk about Detective Pikachu.
Okay, yeah, I didn't get to see Detective Pikachu. Matt saw that with my niece and nephew, so he knows about it more than I do. I'll be right back.
But yeah, has anyone? I guess I won't give spoilers. Has anyone seen Detective Pikachu? Actually, you might want to show people that little house that we got. How did the kid not recognize the voice? It was like, I don't know. It's like is my dad Deadpool? Oh, never mind. Yeah, you'll like the movie, I think. But it's definitely a family movie. I went with little nieces and my little nephew and some other grown-ups. And yeah, it is hard to talk without spoilers. The one character in it that always messes with me, and it was in the cartoon also, is Mewtwo. Mewtwo kind of creeps me out. The whole I can talk to you telepathically, and am I an alien or what am I? Now, Mewtwo is really disturbing. So I don't know what you guys think about Mewtwo, but it's like, well, he's remarkably sentient. Which he's stupidly intelligent. Are there other Mewtwo's? How are Pokemon's life satisfying? There's a lot of the whole Pokemon world. I didn't grow up with it because at the time I was too old for Pokemon, or at least their target, and I was more into Magic the Gathering and stuff like that. But it always seemed kind of like it's like forcing animals to fight, but then they get knocked out. So Nintendo tries to make it kind of cute, but then they live in these balls. The whole world is bizarre. Haven't watched Detective Pikachu, but went and saw King of Monsters, and that was incredible. That's more of a Jasmine movie, but I'd be willing to go to it. As you guys know, that I usually don't like. I'm not into kaiju. Kaiju are giant monsters, giant movie monsters like Gamera, and Godzilla. I do like King Kong though. I will say I like that. I think the story is pretty strong. I dig King Kong. Yeah, but yeah, Mewtwo just creeps me out. Also, he has a lot of the same weird smoothness as the character Frieza from Dragon Ball Z. I've always kind of made a weird connection between the two. And the voice, the Japanese voice for Frieza is fine, but the American dubbed voice for Frieza always really creeped me out. It sounded like a really weird Ursula. So, well, be careful with your lamp there.
I found Sunshine. So getting this magic
Home Decor's a huge monster movie fanatic. That Nintendo guy said I'm 100% right. Aww.
Now this is Sunshine's little
We got this one
sleeping
because
bag.
we got this little cat thing because
Yes.
it reminded us of something that might be in the Totoro world.
Yes.
And
I have
Jasmine and I
Amber on
very much
Instagram.
like
It's
Miyazaki
like
films.
It's a big. It's kind of. I think it's wool, and it's from Nepal, and it's a big circle, like a giant sock, and the kitties
definitely-
like to sleep in it. Where are you, Sunshine?
For a few years, I saw Mewtwo as a confidant to me. I went to him for advice, says Shaylee.
That's an interesting.
I've got a
place
few
to get
numbers
advice
for
from.
some doctors you can check out in the UK, Shaylee.
I
And
like Mewtwo. Well, he's telepathic. I mean, you could confide in him.
yeah, people that are characters that are telepathic I feel like they might rearrange some grooves in my head and make me suddenly I hate chocolate.
Oh, that's
I have not watched Good Omens.
I haven't yet either, but I've had a few people recommend it to me. In
Oh,
varying
David Tennant.
degrees. I read the book.
Gaiman working with Tennant and the remember the vampire in Twilight that goes fascinating.
Yes, I do remember
Yeah.
that vampire. Yes.
We will forgive him,
That's
and we will watch Good Omens and pretend that he wasn't the fascinating vampire.
I liked the Good Omens. It was so Douglas Adamsy, but I like Douglas Adams. But
John Hamm is in Good Omens.
really, wow, he was just an Anglophile, isn't he?
Yeah, he totally is.
Okay, Sunshine. I thought she was going to come out, but now
Okay,
she's.
so if
she's-
John
she's
Hamm's
still
in
hiding
Good
in this,
Omens,
Maddie.
you know, who cares about David Tennant? John Hamm's.
Hey,
in,
are you she's whack-a-moling, I think, Maddie. She's popping her head out like a little prairie dog.
she is
This
so
is probably
cute.
funny to watch later, but yeah, baby.
Aw,
Anyways,
we could carry her around like that.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of a good way to. I'll put her back on the sofa, but.
Let's keep the entire stream with the kitty popping in and out.
Yeah.
You know, actually, I think after a while, aren't you supposed to change your stream if you have kitties popping in and out of?
Yeah, you have to go to the what is it called, real life or IRL or.
Michael Sheen is that vampire dude, and Aziraphale. I guess that's an angel's name. They always have weird names like that.
Yeah.
Where do you get that for the kitties? I believe we got that. Did we get that on Etsy?
I got it on Amazon, but a lot of people make them. This is one that was I think it was through Kiva, or was it through Kiva? It's like a sustainable farm in Nepal where ladies can make money doing that, like out of wool. I don't know, but there are a lot of things like them, and they're called cat caves.
Yeah, you love Kiva, don't you?
Yeah, Kiva is awesome. I love
We
Kiva.
should mention that more.
No,
That's a
Kiva,
good thing.
KIVA.org. It's a way you can give microloans to people all over the world who are doing
Here's the cool thing:
startup businesses. and
is
things.
the people after they get the money, they pay you back, and you can redonate it to somebody else that needs it.
Yeah,
So it's basically like you
can donate the same $20 over and over again for like
and
20 years.
it's helping
great.
people out. I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
often
that's the best ever.
It's often countries that are difficult to get loans, like a small business loan, or I usually focus on women who work in the arts because sometimes countries like some parts of Pakistan and stuff like that, it's difficult for females on their own to get small business loans, and it's a way you
Okay,
can loan money to people.
Shaylee says it sounds amazing. I'll find
Yeah,
it. .org and then
.org.
no, it's
You can't write it off on your taxes, but it makes you feel good and you help people. And you can watch and see how somebody starts their business. They're like, oh, well, I'm going to get this amount of dye and I'm going to make this cloth and I'm going to sell it to people. And they'll update you as things happen. And it's kind of neat. I feel like I've had some advantages in my life that other people haven't done. It makes me happy to just,
oh,
not
no
to be
problem. Check
cheesy,
it out,
but
Shaylee.
pay it forward a bit.
I agree.
Yeah. I think I just did my 100th or my 200th. I don't remember loan up there.
Yeah, your sister Amber really digs it too.
Yeah, she does a thing where she lets her children, I think on Thanksgiving or some holiday, she lets them each pick out somebody who is looking for a loan to make their company in whatever country they're in, and they get to pick one, and she donates on their behalf, which is kind of a good way to feel thankful. Oh, she's looking lovely. I think I might like her better. Well, I don't know about better, but the green one better than the usual one.
Oh, Jasmine.
Yeah.
The same actor, the fascinating vampire, Michael Sheen.
Yeah.
In Underworld, he's a werewolf.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. We watched that.
He's got to be something always, huh? He's got to be an angel or a werewolf or a vampire, but he can't be a person. Actually, I saw him in a movie. What movie did I see him in?
Was it a period piece like from Victorian times?
I don't remember.
It was from something because I think you mentioned something about a book club, right?
Like he was.
Yeah.
Was he in book club? Was it from book club?
I don't know. Like the riff tracks.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Shelly says, also loving that you are painting 2 rather mythical themed paintings this evening.
Yeah.
That dragon is adorable. What are these paintings destined for? Greatness.
Yeah, these are little ones that I'm going to be putting up on Strangeling.com for the new section I'm trying to build on in the Patreon exclusive section on Strangeling.com for mini paintings. So I'm hoping to put in Matt and a few other people are suggesting maybe I'll put sketches up there too, but little paintings that I have I might put up there in the Patreon only section on my website. So we're launching that on the 18th of June, that Tuesday at around 7 o'clock Eastern Time, and we're going to put mini paintings up there.
Link.
Yeah.
So people that don't know about it can check it out.
This is for any level of Patreon, even the $1 thing. You just need to have some sort of thing to log in, and it gives you the password. If I were to open up to everybody, I probably would not be able to keep up with it because these are very popular. If you've been at my shows like MegaCon or DragonCon or something like that, and you see the little mini paintings or the tiny treasures, they are there for
Midnight
less than
in Paris.
a minute. What's that?
He's in Midnight in Paris.
Oh, is he? Who's he in that? Who's he playing?
I think is the. I don't know. Who is he in Midnight in Paris? Trying to think.
Well, he's not Owen Wilson.
No, he's not Owen Wilson.
Not Hemingway.
He plays Prime Minister on The Queen, and he was also in Timeline.
Oh, okay. The Prime Minister.
That's right.
Okay. Who's he in Midnight in Paris? That's a Woody Allen movie.
Well, he's probably a writer, or he's someone in the present.
That's what I mean. Is it somebody like?
A Midnight in Paris is a great movie for well, for me.
It's good for people who idealize that time for creative people.
Yeah. Well, they're doing it. It's funny because in that one, it's kind of like with writing, but you could easily do it with art.
Well, I'm trying to think. There are some artists
like
that are
Moulin
mentioned
Rouge
that too. Yeah.
Like
that's a good movie. I haven't seen that for a while. Like
David Tennant plays the demon. I really like him, and I love that they have a female voice as God.
Huh.
Kind of like Frieza.
Hey. Got a 51% chance.
What time is 7 o'clock Eastern time over here?
It depends where you are.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also, it depends if where you are has any sort of savings time for, spring or summer, or if you're a county that doesn't do that. Or
it will be an hour and 15 minutes. It'll be 7 o'clock.
Yeah, whatever it is where you are
minutes.
in an hour and 15 minutes. One thing you can do is you can always go to Google and say, what time is it in Miami, Florida? Even though I don't live in Miami, that's always the international standard for Florida. You can even say New York City. We're always the same as New York. So that will let you know based on what country or
Do not say LA.
time zone.
We're not the same as LA.
No, we're
We're on the opposite side.
3 and or 4 hours off from Los Angeles, so we are not there.
Wow.
Except
Dory
when we're
Rose said,
there.
lost my internet for a little bit. Some lights outside broke.
Oh wow.
Gee whiz. Be careful.
Is it stormy there?
Yep.
You know, when we started, it was preparing to rain out there, Maddie, but I don't think it is now.
We got a little bit of wind and a crazy squirrel. I mean,
well, I don't think the squirrel had anything to do with it.
oh, I thought
Unless he did.
Squirrels were the
Then,
harbingers of rain.
Sure, why not?
This is just something I learned. I don't know.
Harbingers of acorns.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. 5:46 p.m. here in Florida. It's usually only 5 o'clock somewhere when it's actually on the
have to be
on
on
the zero.
unless you're in India.
Then it
It's
could be
on
on
a
a half
hour.
Could
They just do that because they're India.
Because India makes its
India
own
does
rules.
not correspond to any other rules I have ever understood ever. And I love India. I'm saying this out of love.
Eva
but,
and Penelope
oh
say
my gosh.
hi, and passing they're busy beating each other up. Sigh.
Oh.
Yeah, parents are like that. I'm just joking. I know they're your children. By chance on the minis, be limited to 1 per person? I don't see how we could.
I don't think I can
Stop
do that.
anyone
I use
from-
the
I'm not gonna say anything else.
I don't know enough
I'm
about
gonna
how
be
it works. We use WooCommerce is the company that, or WordPress. I forget what's it called.
What we use?
Yeah.
I forget now.
WordPress or WooCommerce
WordPress.
or both.
WordPress with WooCommerce in conjunction with PayPal.
Okay. Yeah.
And
yeah,
brought
we
to you
can't-
by
we can't
viewers
really
like
limit
you.
it, but you'd have to. Okay, I have a question for you, Maddie, and you might know,
Oh God.
and I might not know. If somebody were to, let's say I had one thing, like an original painting, like something like this.
Yes.
If somebody puts it in their shopping cart but doesn't check out, can somebody else put it in their shopping cart and check out?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I
Do you
wouldn't have
think Sonia
mentioned
would
that,
know?
Jasmine.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
But
I have
that
no
would
idea.
be a question.
Might time it out.
Well, I don't. I'm trying to not make it a thing where people are just like sitting and refreshing over and over again, right?
I
That's
have
kind of
no.
the
I
point.
yeah. Don't do that. Just buy the darn thing. If you
Well,
want it.
no, but I don't want people to be worried about what time zone they're in. I was trying to make it so it's like something that there was enough of them for
That's a.
everybody to.
It's a good question for me, but it's even better question for Sonia.
For Sonia, okay.
And I can.
For those who
I'll
don't
ask her
know,
that.
Sonia is my website admin. And
She's the one who
Yeah.
if I'm going to add these to the Patreon thing, but if I have any problems, she's the person I would go to for help because
Yeah.
she's smart. She's smart in ways I am not.
She is.
And
I
don't.
met her
I have
during,
zero pride in not being smart in that way.
Yeah. I met her during kindergarten roundup when I was, I think, 4 and she was 5. And then later on, our parents got married to each other. So she is my stepsister and also my website admin. And she helps out with things like our coloring pages at Patreon. And if you ever have technical difficulties, you probably talk to Sonia.
Yeah, you can. If you shoot me a email at matt@strangeling.com, you can start there. If I can't figure it out, I can forward it to Sonia. And she's always happy to help. And she's quick.
She is.
And she's very helpful. And she's very
nice also.
yeah. And she won't treat you like you're a dum dum.
No.
Like she's
no,
very nice to me because she knows I don't understand this
She
stuff.
knows I'm a dum-dum when it comes to stuff like this too, so.
Well, you just kind of want to paint.
Yeah. Which is funny because she's also a very good painter and is an artist in her
so
own right.
people in the room are thinking they just it won't hold it for people in the cart. If somebody buys it, they buy it.
You think it would go away if somebody did like put their credit card number in it, maybe, and they would check out?
I
and
have
it would
no
go away?
idea. I
don't know either.
I don't want to
I-
give people ideas.
Well, I wonder about that with even things like Amazon. It will say, "Hey, there's 3 of these left," and what if I put them in my cart? Will that
I don't
go
know.
away? I
If
don't
you're
know
if
either.
I'm trying to buy like a theater ticket or something like that, it will time me out.
It will have a
eventually.
timeout, yeah, or like an airline ticket,
Airline
like on
ticket,
an airplane, yeah, or a train tickets like that too, like on the rail line and things like that.
Yeah.
Train line. Oh, he's looking cute. I'm just taking that same sort of grayish color that I used in the background.
Okay, people are saying it won't go away. It has
back.
to be sold to be taken out of the count.
Oh, does that? Is that
Cool.
on my website or is that
That's
other things too?
a few people are saying that.
Oh, okay. Because I think Etsy's like that.
I could check on something that has a quantity, put a couple things in my cart, and then look at the quantity.
Well, unless somebody's trying to buy it. Well, no, yeah, do it with like an original painting or something. Otherwise, it could be somebody else doing it at the same time. How would you know? Like, if you did it with a pen, how would you know it was somebody else and not you?
Oh, I don't like this conversation.
I'm sorry. Can you talk about something else?
Okay, yay. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about something happy. Look at those paintings. Oh, aw.
It's a little heart-shaped rock that says Matt on it. That's nice. You like
That is very nice. Sweet. Sure, why not? You want some cashews, Jasmine?
Yeah. When I get a chance, I'll show you guys the oh, biohazard. That's what I was gonna show you. I'll show you that in a bit. These two. Oh, this one's Maddie's. Look, this says Janet. Mine's a heart shape. Yours looks like a.
I like mine's in block letters because I like block letters. Yours is in pretty cursive.
Something I've never really mastered. I can paint cursive, but I can't write in it. It's a different part of the brain.
I love how smooth that is.
It's a river rock. Rock. Remember, we were gifted that at a show. They might be watching. Thank you.
How many would you like?
Cashews?
Yeah.
I've never counted how many cashews I was eating at any given time.
These are choice.
What's a reasonable amount of cashews? Two? Yeah, two's fine. Oh, okay. They love each other. Yeah. What I need to do, since he's supposed to be the rainbow dragon, I need to think of a nice neutral tone to put behind him so the colors of his pretty fins will show up nicely. Usually when I need a neutral backtone, I tend to go with like a kind of blue-green brown sort of turquoise, but
Cashew yin
I
yang.
can always change it. It was, except they're both. Yeah.
It's all cashew.
Yeah. I'm gonna just take kind of a neutral, slightly blue, green, brown.
A light blue, maybe. Someone suggests. Aaron?
I'll start off with this, and I can always maybe make it lighter at the top or lighter at the bottom.
Turquoise would be lovely.
Yeah, that's kind of a turquoise neutral. I could even, with this sort of level of cool neutral, I could add some leaves or a bit of a tree in the background. It would look like the background of a Gainsborough painting. You know what I mean, Matt? And there's like the generic sort of, 18th century sort of idealized background.
I love that.
It's like what you would get if you lived in the 1700s and you were an aristocrat and you had you had to get your school picture taken for a backdrop. That's what you would get.
Yeah, I remember we saw, was it in the Louvre? They'd have one Gainsborough? Was that the Louvre?
Louvre's got several.
I thought
You're not thinking of the time we were at the Ryokan in Japan that had the huge Gainsborough on the stairs. Remember that? It was somebody and their two daughters.
Maybe I'm thinking of another artist. Will the rainbow dragon be available as a canvas cutie?
If it is, it wouldn't be from this painting here because this one's only about 2 inches wide, so it isn't really big enough to make into a 3.5-inch canvas cutie. And it's a rectangle, and canvas cuties are square. So I'd have to like cut off either his top part of his head or cut off his nose or something, and it's kind of a rectangle. But if I like, Sunshine, are you on top of the damn refrigerator? I'm sorry, guys. I think she's on top of the refrigerator.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
I think everybody can probably hear that. I think she's digging on top of the refrigerator.
Well, she's on top of the cabinet that's on top of the fridge. It's like
yeah.
extremely tall ceilings. And
One time we weren't here, and she fell back behind the refrigerator and could not get out. And when you have a house that you leave for 10 days at a time, you don't want a refrigerator that your cat's gonna go in the back of and kind of. We have a cat sitter, but we have a lot of cats.
If I try to grab her, she'll
don't worry about it.
She's fine. She's just happy.
But this is part of what goes into sort of building the idea of a character. If I'm doing different portraits of him, this is kind of the wallet-sized little picture of him here. But if I like him and I might want to use him in some other things, I might do a more realistic painting that is bigger. If that was the case, I could probably do him as a canvas cutie, and that'd be adorable. I will do definitely an ACEO of all these. ACEO cards are actually a legal description of a size. It's a trademarked definition that is 2.5 by 3.5 inches. It has to be an art card edition, meaning limited edition or original. And if I did an ACEO of this one, I'd only do one of each of my mini paintings. So he would be an ACEO, but I wouldn't probably do a canvas cutie because that'd have to be a square. But I might do a fancy painting of the same character later, maybe in his fancy regalia, or put a cool background, or maybe even put like some rainbow waterfalls or something exciting. That would be kind of cute. But he's kind of the idealized version of a baby dragon I've been working on for, oh golly, since I was probably in 4th grade, and this is a continuation on the theme.
Lady Una has 6 kitties.
Oh my goodness.
People are asking in the room how many kitties we have, and I said 3. I said 1 is shy, 1 is mischievous, 1 is part bear.
Is Gamer a part bear?
Yes. I guess she is also part snapping turtle.
She's more like a snapping turtle than a bear, but...
I sometimes think if she really got a hold of my nose, she might not let go.
Oh,
and
well, people know that from me. Remember when she bit me on my face right before MegaCon?
I don't know. I don't like talking about it.
Yeah, you do. People took pictures of me
awful.
and hashtag Gamer on it. She
like
literally bit me on the nose right before and just like... Think of like a staple remover, those little things. It would just like that on your face and just drag it from your face. It's awful. She is lucky.
Oh, Lady Una has 3 boy kitties and 3 girl kitties.
Aww.
All the ones we have are female.
Currently, yeah.
Oh, there's a Vincent van Gogh exhibition at the Tate, Britain.
Oh.
And I finally got to go a couple weeks ago. This is Shaylee saying it. It was incredible. You would love it.
How long is it going there? Does anybody know?
Yeah, how long? Do you know how long it's going, Shaylee? I'll go see Van.
Because we're
Van
gonna
Gogh.
be in Van Gogh.
We say Van Gogh
Sorry.
in America, but
I've got
Van
some
Gogh is how
European
it's-
friends with
yes.
Goths on their names.
I apologize.
But,
Let's see.
but if we are if it's when we're in London with Ellie, my niece, that might be that's a very sort of show that people of all appreciativeness structures of artwork might
Need to
enjoy
draw
something like that. You know?
Yes. All right, Miss Eliza Dragon.
That's a great name.
So,
And this one is for the mermaid?
yes.
So this is for
Hopefully
the
they're in a
seashell
room. I'd
mermaid.
love to be able to send that to you tomorrow.
Yeah. If If not, it won't be too long. Again, we've got to take some kids up to New York City. It sounds very mysterious, I promise you it's not. But we will be back in time for next weekend, so if need be, we can send it out then. But if you let us know tonight what your address is, we can send it to you in the morning before we go to the airport. We are always somewhere, aren't we? Oh. One of my favorites I've done too. I love her.
There's a lot going on there.
There are. I really like how it's just me being weird, but how she's got like the Nautilus shell on the front, and it's kind of reflected in the perfect spiral that's on the back side of her. That is also a sort of Nautilus spiral, but that's on the back side of her there, so it turns into kind of a infinity symbol if you turn sideways.
Well, Shaylee thinks it goes until August, but I don't think we'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Oh gosh, I'm not thinking.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. And we're there with Chi and Ellie. That might be kind of a fun thing to see. Everybody likes Van Gogh, don't they?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, even in people who aren't all that into art, that's a neat thing to see.
I'm not sure if Miss Eliza Dragon is in the room, but
either.
We'll figure it out later.
Mr. Handsome Dragon, look how cute he is. He's starting to look more realistic now. I put some highlights on him and a bit of shadows also. I haven't put a lot of colors on there, but I'm going to put the whole sort of rainbow flag thing he's got going on with his pretty fins.
Oh man, that adds a lot of depth when you just do that little background.
Isn't he pretty? Oh, he got a cute little snoot. These are both starting to look pretty green. One thing I think I'll do now is start to put some of the brighter colors on the dragon. I'm going to get my hairdryer out. Sorry, this is noisy. I'll need to find my pen. This is kind of funny. Instead of having like a sketch, I'm looking at my own pins I literally made. But he's got the whole solid sort of violet, indigo, blue, and green, yellow, orange, and red thing going on. Roy G. Biv.
Amy says, I love how real the shell and the seashell tiny treasure looks so real.
Yeah.
But about 40 Van Gogh pieces that haven't been in England since the 60s.
You got what, baby?
About 40 Van Gogh pieces are in the collection.
40 of them?
Yeah.
Oh, hell, he doesn't have that many.
Yeah, I think he's got 42. So we're going to see all of it too. No, I'm just
not, but wow, that's very impressive.
He's not like Turner.
No. He had around 27,000 pieces.
Oh, Turner has a mad amount.
To the UK alone. But you know what? They are still worth more than just about any other painting out there. That's when people say, oh, don't flood the market. It's like, no, Turner tried that and his paintings are still worth like $80 million. So
and he loves the Cyclops.
And he loves the Cyclops.
I don't want to talk.
And Scabbers.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Scabbers. Forgive me, folks, for not knowing the name of the actor who played.
Spall?
Oh, okay, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Mr. Turner as
Hey, that's a good movie.
It is a good movie, but
he
for some reason
spurts a bit.
He keeps going, and I don't know.
I still have not heard
adding to that. Trying to add something to that character.
I wondered if maybe he read like somebody's diary that was like Mr. Turner's neighbor or something, and he just nerded around.
I've seen him in a few things now, and I think he is I don't know a lot about the actor, but I think he's a method actor. Yeah. And I think he tries to add elements to the characters he plays. I don't know, but Scabbers was a very, very good character. Oh, bye, Leela. If you win the third raffle, my gosh.
Nigel got one.
Yeah, kind of won that one.
Doesn't mean you both can't win, but
that's how it works.
We'll be back next Sunday.
But yeah, he likes to snort and scabber around, and he even played this this one movie called Denial with Rachel. Was it Rachel Weisz? I don't know. He was
Natalie Portman. Oh, wait, no.
Oh, well,
Was it?
I don't remember, but he
forget too now. She knows.
But yeah, he was a bit weird in that too.
Yeah.
So he just adds strange elements to characters. I think that's how he rolls.
That's how he gets his BAFTAs.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
But I like him as Scabbers.
I don't like him when he's a ratty better, or just...
I just can't imagine being like. I mean, I guess I could be spoiling this for someone, but if you don't know already, you're probably not a fan. So I couldn't imagine being a rat for all those years.
Yeah.
I mean, sleeping with Ron Weasley for all those years, not.
Oh,
I mean,
why don't you
like...
ask? Oh, no comment.
And then he's just like it's like his pet, and Ron's petting him, and he's just putting up with it.
He has to sit in somebody's like armpit on a train for
bizarre.
5 years. Yeah, he has to sit on somebody's armpit in a train for 5 years.
It's just really weird.
Yeah.
Why is
he has a rich inner life, Maddie.
He did go missing a lot. That's true.
That is true.
Where's Scabbers? I guess he was.
It's like, where's Scabbers?
He was down at like Hogsmeade getting some a sandwich. I don't know.
Butterbeer?
Probably.
Vegetarian British chili.
Ooh.
Like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Vegetarian British chili. It sounds better than vegetarian American chili for some reason.
Even though, to be fair, we might do chili better considering, but...
Maybe. We might make it spicier.
Yeah.
We do like spicy things, but
But they're more likely
chili.
to make it vegetarian.
Whenever Jasmine's like, "Do you want this, this, or chili?" and when she mentions chili, I'm like,
"Oh, yeah,
I'll have chili." She goes, "Well, you had made chili for you a couple days ago." I'm like, "I don't care. I love chili."
I make a lot of different types of chili.
It probably has Marmite.
Oh.
I doubt their chili would have Marmite.
Marmite's pretty solid. It's got a lot of your B vitamins. It's it's basically like brewer's yeast. I mean, it's like Vegemite kind of, but don't tell them that.
He was sneaking off to meet with he who must not be named. Yeah, I heard that guy was in England lately.
I wouldn't name him.
Oh no! Oh, they meant Voldemort. Oh,
Maddie. That's as political as we're getting now.
Yep, that's as political as I'm getting.
Yeah. You have your own Twitch for that.
Because I can't name him.
I'd rather not. So right now I'm putting the same colors that are matching. Oh, got it with my knees. Matching the little fins on his that are on the back part of his neck. I'm just putting the first layer of color on there because I'm going to want to do a darker bit that is closer to his head so it looks kind of like it's in shadow, kind of underneath the fins. And then a lighter bit on the outside that might be hid if I have a light source from here. Which is probably more thought than other people put into a 2-inch painting, but this is what I do. And he's going to be magnificent. What you have to do is think about him and picture it kind of like an oil painting, like you'd see, like a fancy general from the 1800s or something, and picture it in this wonderful old kind of ornate frame.
I love that frame.
And I think he's just gonna be adorable.
Jasmine.
Yeah.
Maybe Tigger wasn't here earlier.
Oh yeah.
But she asked, does Jasmine know if Disney will release Madame Leota in the same size / matted format as the other Disney characters like Ursula and Cruella and others?
Oh yes, I think so. I don't know if I think they might have put up on the. Do you have that do you have that link, Maddie, that goes to my event page? Because not on my event page. My event page for the Madame Leota thing. It's not necessarily on my page there, but from there you can get to the what do they call it? It's like the random selection process. I don't remember.
I don't quite understand.
RSP. I don't know. It's something Disney's doing at first for the beginning of her, and this is going to be on August 7th. They're going to have her as postcards, magnets. I just printed these out from Disney's website. Hey, sorry Disney, but you gave it to the public, so I'll print it out. There's coffee cups, t-shirts. I don't know what sizes or gender shaped sort of shirts like that means
I want
anything
that shirt,
anyways, but
it might
not, whatever. You know who has really rocked my shirts more than anybody else?
That
Tyler.
Oh,
He's
Steven
a boy.
Tyler.
He wears my lady shirts, and
was
he
gonna
looks
say-
better in them than I do.
Well, actually, yeah, he doesn't care. He can gender
Yeah,
bend.
I know.
He's got that nice thin frame, though. I'm
He's
kind of
very
bulky.
fit, and he's very petite also at the same time, so he can kind of whichever. But anyways, Disney has made this graphic that I took from their website, so I don't know if it's going to be a ladies or a men's or unisex or what. They're doing a shirt of her in coffee cups, and they're doing mugs and magnets and postcards and prints, like the matted prints, and also limited edition canvases. And then the original painting, this is all printed out on like a piece of paper. Don't judge the color quality or anything like that, but the original painting will be there at Disney too in August.
Jasmine.
Yeah.
Alicia says, I have to scroll back up.
Oh,
Queen
sorry.
of Bees would be a perfect pin.
Oh, she would be lovely. That would be a good one. And we were talking about earlier about doing another one for the Bee Conservancy.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you do the hashtag and every time
got
you
so
share
many
it, you get
bee
$1
people
for
in the room.
bees. Yeah.
Lots of bee
I
people.
love bees. Well, heck, my dad's raised bees at different times in my life. He's a farmer in Missouri, and he's had apiaries and things.
And
That's
Buddy's
it.
in the room.
Oh,
And everybody's
hey.
like, hugs, Buddy.
Yay!
Buddy's here. And I was like, Buddy's like a
He
celebrity.
is, rightfully so. Well, heck, did you see his picture? He had reposted it from before that with him and Trey and Sharon Osbourne.
Oh, wow.
That was on my Facebook this morning.
What color was her hair in it?
Red and black.
I
Best
like
color.
that pretty red hair she has.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's
But
cool.
and Buddy's got my absinthe fairy shirt on it, so.
So
it was pretty great.
Chessart23 got Alligator Girl from Pop. And
Oh.
they want to know, how do you choose which Disney character or villains to paint?
Oh, with the ones that are Disney characters specifically, I usually give Disney a list of ideas I have, and then they send me in the actual mail, like in my mailbox, like a piece of paper folded up in a contract, and it will say, this is your contract, this is your due date, this is when your painting is going to be done by, and this is where it will be at.
So it's less magical.
Yeah,
Than one
I
might
don't know.
think.
It's kind of
I
a
don't-
surprise. It's kind of like just getting a surprise. Hey, you get to paint Snow White. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, Jasmine would paint
Yeah.
nearly every Disney character if
Oh, I
she
paint.
could.
I have. I was gonna say if they really wanted me to make a list, it would probably be like
I mean,
a
we're
list
talking
of almost
Pongo even.
everything. What's that?
Well, you did paint Pongo, didn't you?
I did paint Pongo.
I was
yes,
just
my
like Pongo
Cruella.
himself, I don't know.
Yes,
But then it would
Pongo
look like
myself,
Pongo.
maybe.
I
don't
love, I think it's so cool. I don't know what the rest of the room thinks about this. When you paint the main character,
Mhm.
stylistically Jasmine,
Mhm.
and then have the other ones.
Oh, like
Disney,
Disney,
spot on.
like on point Disney.
I love
Okay.
that. I love when you do that.
Aw.
It just shows. I mean, it's
I think
for lack of a better term, that part of your world.
Oh,
they
hey,
become,
that was a good one.
But I
Actually,
love
both the
it when they do
aerials
that.
I've done have kind of been like that, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Oh God, yeah, your Sebastian's so cute. But
I
Sebastian's
know,
cute
he's
anyhow,
a
isn't he?
I like him.
He's one of the cutest little If you see the Ariel musical,
Crustaceans over. Oh, the puppets.
yeah. Oh
Yes. Oh,
when
yeah.
I first saw that one, and I saw Sebastian singing, and he was up there, I laughed so hard because he was so cute.
Like the live action one at the theme park. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I'd like to
That
see that
is.
again.
Yeah.
I'd like to do a lot more things at Disney.
I know.
feel like
It seems like a
sometimes we
lot
don't
of the
get a
time I'm
chance
there,
to.
I'm like doing work stuff,
Mhm.
but we
But
try to
after-
mix it in with doing fun stuff.
Definitely,
too.
because it's our place too.
Yeah,
We have fun there too,
we
not
definitely
just
do.
about work.
Oh no, I've been going there since I was little. Orange, that's what I need. I'm like counting, and it's like violet, indigo, blue, and green, orange.
Oh,
yellow, and
that's
red.
awful.
Yeah.
Nintendo guy said he had seafood the other night and felt bad that he ordered a flounder.
Oh, you should do. You should feel very
Sorry.
bad about that. You can explain it
But-
to Sebastian later.
Well, yeah, that's another thing we're talking about. How strange it is to be a Pokemon, and how are they satisfied and living in that weird
Gotta go to
Pokemon
the,
world.
the
And then I
Poke
think about-
Hospital and all that. It's kind of
Well,
weird.
when Ariel's sitting at the table with, Eric and everyone,
Yeah.
and they're all eating crabs. I mean,
She's not.
Crab is like one of her best friends, but I don't know.
Well, there's a whole song about it in the film. I mean, see, now you can see how the rainbows are going in.
You know that
and how this kind of matches.
The cute song that the chef sings. In my head, it starts to turn into a Be Our Guest. I think.
Well, Lemire sings a lot, kind of like Sebastian. He's not the same voice actor, is he?
No, that's not when Sebastian's singing. It's when the chef is singing.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes, yeah.
But in my head, then it starts to turn into Be Our Guest.
Yeah. Those weren't too far off time-wise, as far as Disney goes. I'm going to start putting a bit of red in her eyes because on the actual pin for Dark Medusa, not Pale Medusa, but this one here, Dark Medusa, the whites of her eyes are not white. They are yellow. They look very jaundiced. And I'm putting red for her iris, which makes it sound like you would look kind of ill, but if you do it right, it can look beautiful. Some of my quinacridone. Well, Azo Gold. Oh, this is almost empty. I hope I don't have to open another one. Okay. Sometimes if I haven't used a paint for a while, it turns into pudding like that, and it's kind of gross. Let's see if I can get any of that. Cute.
We have not seen Beauty and the Beast Broadway.
No, I haven't.
I saw Aladdin at Disneyland, which I hear is...
Oh, like at the show, like at the theme park,
I don't know how close that is to Broadway, London.
I don't know. Broadway, New York, or West End, London. So I've taken some of the quinacridone Azo Gold, and I'm showing you real quick. I went over the part of her eye that is her iris and her pupil, and also the cornea, like the white part of her eye.
Oh, that's scary.
And that makes her look kind of zombie-ish, but if you look at her, she was supposed to be the creepy one. There was the Pale Medusa and the Dark
very
Medusa.
Much so.
So I'm just gonna smudge that around. In fact, grab my nickel Azo Gold because this one is effectively empty. If I turn upside down, it's like nothing comes out, and it's just like an awful piece of chewed up gum at the top. But I have another one.
Yeah, those paints are really good, but Jasmine's biggest complaint about them is the caps don't work very well, right?
The lids don't work good.
The lids.
They pop open when I'm not here.
Plenty of room. Creepy, creaky sound. Medusa is gorgeous. Oh, I'd go to Beauty and the Beast musical.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I'm taking Ricky says I'm taking Gabriel to London in October.
Really?
What a lucky kid. I wanted him to see the Lion King musical, but he chose again the Phantom of the Opera.
That's a good choice.
That's a solid choice.
Yeah. Are they going to be at Glastonbury? We're going to be there in October.
I don't know.
I don't know if it'll be at the same time in October, but we'll be there.
I love my little Glastonbury.
Oh, found one.
Yay. I would.
Oh wait, this isn't. It's transparent red iron oxide. Oh no, that's the one that tricked me one time at Michael's.
Oh no. So are you out?
No, I'm sure I have one somewhere. Give me a second. I would not let this happen. Twice in a row.
We have the perfect space on our wall for the Luna Eclipse painting. I noticed you did this as a live event at Pop Gallery. When was this?
Oh golly, what year was that? That was it was a Jasmine Paints live event at Disney World. What's that?
Maybe 5 years?
Oh no, I think it was 3.
I don't know.
Probably 3.
I remember.
I'm gonna stand up and go
we thought about the painting live events. But people line up and they want things signed, so Jasmine gets to paint like 3
2
strokes.
seconds. Yeah.
So you'd have to do it like as a secret
Yeah.
and show up and paint live. A horsefly is getting you? Well, ooh. I got bit by a deer fly. And that hurt so much. It hurt for like 2 weeks.
This time.
Yay, I didn't think you'd run out.
Oh. It's fine.
Matt, if you answer my question, my connection, I'm gonna go back up and see if I can find your question.
Yeah, let us
alien.
know. If we ever miss your question,
Yeah, I
just ask it like 10 times in a row and we will answer you.
And also put my little
I can't see any screen from here, so I have
there.
to rely on Matt. If you do at Matt, what's
At
your name?
Matthew Beckett, then I can see it easier.
Beckett has 1 T. Matthew's got 2.
My first Twitch live viewing, the dragon painting is beautiful. I can't afford to bid on auction. Is there ever a reproduction of these, or are they one-time live paintings? I think that's your question, Alien.
As far as the mini paintings I do, like the little ones like this, I don't really make proper prints of them because they're only about 2 inches wide, so they're not very big. But I do put ACEO cards of them. I make 1 ACEO card, which is basically like a perfect canvas copy that is the same size of it. I number them 1 out of 1, so if anybody missed out on the original painting, then it will be up on eBay. That can happen anytime within a year or 2 of when I do the first one. I try to keep everybody updated on Facebook, on Instagram, on here, obviously at Twitch. As far as these originals go, the little ones, they're going to be popping up. I'm not going to auction these. I'm going to make them just a flat $5.95 price, which is what I usually like to charge for these. Unless it's a custom, those things go for crazy amounts. But these will be popping up on Tuesday, the 18th of June. So you can get your chance to get one of those. It will be on the Patreon only section up on my website. So as long as you're a Patreon member, again, it doesn't matter what level. You can be the $1, throw Patreon $1, and then you can get in there.
Just
But he'll be up there.
That's basically our Jasmine's way of saying, "Hey, you're in the door."
Yeah, it's kind of the way that we are able to have a social media website up there that doesn't have a whole bunch of ads. You know how Facebook listens to you talk and has ads and all that sort of stuff bumping around. And
the $1 a month is
$1 a month is ignore all the hoopla that usually associates with that sort of business.
What was the biohazard thing you mentioned earlier, Onyx asked?
Yeah, well, it's gonna pop up. Golly, like
we've got
an hour or half hour.
Yeah, I did.
I can tell people now because it's gonna pop up really soon. Let me grab it.
These are like in my opinion, some of the coolest auctions.
Yeah, they're pretty neat, and I've got a bunch of these. I have one of these for every pin I've ever done, but
we're kind of spreading them out.
Yeah, well, I usually paint them when I'm in London, so I've got to like bring them back on my suitcase or my carry-on when I come back to America. But anyways, I have the original line art from 2017 for my first biohazard pen, right? So this is the actual painting that I scan in, that I send to the factory, and they take the black ink from it, or the paint rather, and they make the big mold that they stamp the pins out with. And I kept my pen, my color proof, of the first biohazard pen. Not to be confused with the red one. It's almost identical. It's really close because I had to like do the artwork over again. But the very first of the biohazard pens, which was the very, very, very first Strangeling pin I ever did officially, is her. And I'll sign this. And the original painting, it's like on a piece of wood. And I will be auctioning this off.
I love it.
As always, when I auction things on eBay, I start them at a penny, and that will go up at 7 o'clock, which is 7 o'clock Eastern time. So is that a half hour from now?
It is a little over a half hour.
Oh, okay. So before we sign off tonight, we'll post a link, right?
I promise.
That would be okay. So I don't ever sell my pins for anything other than the retail price of $13.99, but I'll be auctioning off the painting, and I'll throw in a pin for free. And I know the pins are probably worth a lot, but here's the actual painting that was the line art for it.
Do you have any more Star Wars paintings coming out?
some not scheduled, but there very well might be some. Especially with more movies and stuff coming out from Disney and the... I don't know if the mic... Yeah. But since they are having the new Star Wars area at the Hollywood Studios in Florida and obviously in California also, there's a lot more Star Wars things. So there might be more Star Wars stuff in the future. I just haven't gotten my next contract yet.
Jasmine.
Yeah.
Born Ready says, an original Biohazard pin just sold on eBay for $1,025.
Oh, wow.
Well, you could have that and the and a painting.
Yeah, you could. Probably. I'm going to start at a penny, so.
I was asking the room if there are any Tenacious D fans. And there are. Jasmine loves Tenacious D.
Yeah.
I do too. A lot. My shirt that I had 20 years ago got all messed up and I can't find a replacement for
it's
it.
the black and white one that had the tarot card design
Yeah,
that was Tenacious D? Oh my god, I love that shirt.
It looks like the Rider-Waite double.
Yeah.
And he has...
And it has a little kitty cat in the JB at the bottom.
Yep.
I'm a big Jack Black fan in general.
Yeah, and we can't even quote lyrics because
I don't think I
Tenacious
could
D is
really
pretty,
sing any of their
pretty
songs
rough.
on here because we're keeping it family friendly. Yeah.
I'm a Jack Black fan, so of course, that is Escapade. Alien says Tenacious D. Yeah, I remember seeing the HBO shows
Oh my gosh.
years and years ago.
I was going to say 20 years ago, maybe.
Oh yeah.
I remember
every
seeing
bit of it.
one of them the other day, and they look so little. Like they're younger than I am by far. It's so funny to see that happen once in a lifetime.
Will you ever come to MetroCon in Tampa Bay?
Maybe, but probably not. It's hard for us to do a lot of the convention cons other than the ones that we already do.
Oh, the Saxaboom is great. Remember that, Jasmine?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I love that too.
That was
That
great.
Nintendo
Well,
guy knows the score.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know good stuff, Jason.
They came to Orlando and we actually flew
Oh my
some
gosh.
friends in to see them.
Yes,
That's how
just
much
to
we...
come see them. Yeah.
Yep. And the Sasquatch opening act.
Oh
was
yeah, he
amazing.
did the drum solo and everything.
Amazing.
It was great.
Love the Sasquatch. I believe in the Sasquatch, I guess. I saw him.
I saw him.
It was a sighting.
Almost a friend.
Talking about what the friend. You better tell him it was Sasquatch.
You might know what
What
friend I
you're
was
talking
talking about.
How was the con in Orlando? I think you're referring to
Let's
MegaCon.
see, MegaCon.
Remarkably
Oh,
successful.
MegaCon was massive.
It was probably the... Wow.
I think it was our record-breaking convention as far as any...
by quite a bit.
By quite a bit.
By quite a bit.
Yeah, it was not
We
even
won't
a
talk
question
specific
like...
numbers, but...
No, but
yeah,
even like 2
record-breaking.
days into it, we're like, oh my gosh, this was crazy.
It was almost intimidating.
I mean, I theoretically, I could just do that sort of thing all the time, but then I wouldn't get as much painting done, and I wouldn't be able to do gallery, so we just have to pick and choose. And MegaCon's a good one.
Yeah, it's here.
Yeah, it's here. Yeah, we can sleep at home at night, more or less.
Kinda.
Well, you know. I'm putting a bit of the bright red on the under part of where her iris is. And you can see how...
Oh, that's cool, Jasmine. That
yeah,
looks really
you
good.
can see how it's starting to look more jewel-like. And her cornea might at first look kind of jaundiced and kind of yellowy orangey, but when you see it combined with the green and the darker tones that are going to be on that, it's going to put it into perspective, and it won't look like she's ill. It will look like she's Dark Medusa, which is the character that she is being. My own little characters.
Yeah, those are
I'm liking him so far. He's looking so
your
handsome.
trademark wet eyes.
Yeah. Well, I always think it's funny when people say that because people's eyes are wet. Look at your eye, like on a mirror or something like that. It's got shiny bits all over it, and if it wasn't covered in water, it would be very uncomfortable.
And a bit of mucus too.
It's a membrane
natural
that's on there,
lubricant,
but yeah.
Just so
But that
you can
would
actually
be-
shut your eye.
Yeah, that wouldn't feel nice if your eye was dry. If you paint something or like a realistic painting and you don't have any shine on the eye, especially on the lower bit of your eye where the fluid's going to collect, it makes you look kind of taxidermied or like a mannequin at a store, which is, I think, a lot creepier than looking like your eyes are shiny, because your eyes should be shiny. Like having a cold nose if you're a healthy puppy.
True. I remember in my younger years when I used to stay up later playing Mega Man or something, and then I'd shut my eyes, and it'd feel, you know, like
Ew.
I hadn't shut my eyes in a while, and it just kind of almost made a squishy sound. So
It's like on The Simpsons where all the kids blink their eyes at the same time. It makes a squidgy noise.
yeah,
Ugh.
I think Ren and Stimpy did something.
I
like
think
that
so
once,
too. I think it's something that comes up because your eye should be like floating in water all the time. If it's not, there's something wrong with it, or you, or both.
True.
I'm putting a little bit, this might look like white, but this is actually Titan Buff. And I'm outlining the areas of kind of like the little spines above where his little fins are. I'm going to kind of make him match his portrait there. But you can tell how one of these is going to be like his official portrait. Like if he wins a war or like an election or something like that, that would be on the wall, and that's his portrait in a fancy frame. And this is his little pin that you would wear in support of him. My characters have very rich lives here.
Oh, people are loving the dragon painting.
Oh, he's a honey.
Oh, he's a sweet, nice, good dragon who has good ideas about the world.
I think so. He's a
I
honey.
think so.
He's so cute, and he's smiley.
Yeah,
Oh,
I wish I had him. How big do you imagine he is?
I don't know. Again, he kind of reminds me of Rio.
Yeah, I like to think of him about kitty cat size.
About like, well, a lot of the dragons I paint are loosely based off of our pet cats.
Well, yeah, people are saying that kitties think they're dragons.
Mhm.
Also, ferrets do.
Ferrets, yeah, they smog it up all the time, don't they?
Yeah.
Put a little
They
bit
collect their little
right
treasures.
on his little nose. And put a little nostrum. I need to also,
Ren and Stimpy eye boogers.
yeah.
Alien Lizzie. I love Ren and Stimpy.
I do too.
Do you like Ren and Stimpy, Jasmine?
I do. I used to crush on Ren when I was little.
So Jasmine had a. Jasmine's only.
I have
you know
not
what?
known a lot of people.
In that regard,
yeah.
I'm not a person that crushes a lot either. There's only like a
Mhm.
few actresses I would be like, oh, they're nice. But Jasmine likes, actually Jack Black was one.
Jack Black was one. I thought
Um,
about marrying him before I met Matt. Hey,
And then
Jack, if you're out there. Okay.
Hey.
Hey, just kidding.
from Cable Guy. That's actually
Okay, yeah.
from Cable Guy.
Mm-hmm.
And Jasmine likes short, funny guys.
Yeah, I do.
It's like
That's
and
I'm
then
not
you
real
also
picky.
had a
yeah.
crush on Ren.
Ren from Ren and Stimpy. I was
Yeah.
very little. I mean, I was like, I don't know, 22 then. No, I would have been 14.
Siren Moonbee has no sound. Well, you're
You're not
probably
missing much. Love.
We're talking
Yeah.
about Jasmine's crush on Ren Stoke.
Ren
Hoek.
Hoek.
Not Stoke. Yeah, Hoek.
Hoek. With a umlaut
Don't was on the
E,
electric fence
man.
and log.
Yeah.
At least you didn't have a crush on Powdered Toast Man.
God, no.
Ugh,
He's
or that
so
horse.
not my type. Yeah, him either.
I like the horse though.
I like him too, but he'd
It's
be
so
a good
weird.
neighbor, but not a boyfriend.
I like
Yeah.
the weird close-ups that Ren and
Oh,
Stimpy had.
it's always a lot of
Bizarre.
acne and odd hair growth. Yeah.
Jasmine was gonna marry into Tenacious D.
Coulda.
No, he's been happily married forever.
Oh no, he married his high school sweetheart. He did. Jack
Yeah.
Black did. He married a lady he dated back when he was like 17. So did I.
Oh,
well, a boy.
okay.
but, yeah.
This is all. It's funny.
Mhm.
Shayla said I had the classic crush on Robin Hood. Yes, the Disney Fox. That's another one of Jasmine's crushes.
That was one of the other crushes I had. That's one of the only I remember thinking for a
So
while, I
two
was
of
like,
these
well,
are
how come I
cartoon
don't have
characters.
crushes on people? Because everybody else I knew had crushes, and I was like, well, I kind of have a crush on Robin Hood from the old Disney movie, and this was when I was like, I don't know, 11 or 12, and that kind of kept me going for a while, and that's funny.
Well, that's
He's very handsome.
yes.
Yeah, and he's
One of my
he's got a good
crushes
thing
we've
going.
figured out it's from Peter. I mean,
Oh,
Peter Pan.
Tinkerbell.
Peter Pan, I like
We
Wendy.
watched too many cartoons, man.
But that's it. These are the only cartoon crushes I had. Was
The
Wendy,
only ones.
Tinkerbell, and I
Alice?
also like Princess Tiger Lily.
Oh, okay.
They're all.
Tiger. Yeah,
I think the animation
not
I don't
unlike
know,
Jasmine's. Yeah,
must have been during a formative time.
There you go.
That fox Robin Hood was so smooth.
Isn't he though?
Even when he was dressed up like the stork.
Yes, even then I would not. Yeah, that's.
Jeez.
I like Robin.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff. In fact, I still have a crush on him, says Shaylee.
I think I might too.
Have you ever watched any Errol Flynn, Shaylee? You might like.
Oh, I
Errol
liked
Flynn.
Errol Flynn. Of course, I also liked Harold Lloyd, so I'm not a good person to ask.
Ew.
Harold Lloyd.
I like
He was
Harold Lloyd too,
funny.
but man.
Hey, remember Buddy gave us
Garth
the
doing
DVDs
Foxy
of those.
Lady Dance.
Sorry, what's that?
Oh, she does love Errol Flynn.
See?
Yeah. That would make
Ah.
sense. Those would work together.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
And turn into
yeah,
some-
Wendy. And everyone's like, you had a crush on Wendy. I'm like, yeah. I don't know why.
She's so grown up.
I was very fond of the British accent when I was little.
Oh, they missed the boat
Tinkerbell
on
didn't
that
have
one.
one. Princess Tiger Lily didn't have it. But
Tinkerbell doesn't talk.
right.
And Princess Tiger Lily usually is kind of gagged, isn't she?
She is gagged, and then she has her nose up.
Mm.
No.
No comment.
Jasmine, must we contend in a tournament for Robin Hood?
Maybe.
Not in Nottingham.
Not in Nottingham.
Mr. Heaney,
Nottingham.
Sheriff Nottingham.
Yeah.
He's a good actor.
Yeah.
I know him from two things. Liked them both. Wendy from Hook. No, not Wendy from Hook.
Oh, the live action one.
Oh, Peter Pan, Disney's Peter Pan.
Yeah, Matt's older than
Maggie
that.
Smith.
You probably shouldn't
Maggie
like
Smith's
that one.
alright. I like
What's
the
that?
Dowager Countess.
Maggie Smith is lovely. I like
Sure.
her. I
She
kind of
was
got a crush
Thetis
on
in,
her
Clash
now,
of
and
the
I'm a
Titans.
grown-up lady, and she's a
She's-
very
remember
grown-up
when-
lady.
when Zeus came to her in the form of a shark.
In the form of a cuttlefish.
Yeah.
Yes.
and I simply turned myself into a cuttlefish.
Yeah.
And then all the goddesses
Maggie
laugh.
Smith
I'm like,
is awesome.
why do you
yeah.
have this much
She's
power?
on my
Or
backup
how-
list too.
They're so shallow. The gods in Clash of the Titans.
They have a long time period on their hands. They can be shallow.
Peter Pan was also a crush. Now I had it's funny because a lot of people, you know, the whole you're a grown up man child sort of thing I hear constantly
No way.
around people around me.
Not for me.
I had a
shallow.
thing with Peter Pan, and even before I understood that it was a Peter Pan complex, I kind of it's funny that that's a thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think I suffer from any sort of Peter Pan complex, but there are certain things about me that are not at all grown up.
I think other people might disagree with you. I don't mean it in a bad way.
What do you think about Will Smith as the genie?
That seems good. He seems like he'd be able to
I
do
haven't
that.
seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet, but he seems like he's a good actor, and if it requires singing, he's probably good at that too. And I know he's done some Broadway stuff, hasn't he? Or
Oh,
he's
well,
or not
probably.
Broadway, but he's done some stage acting rather.
Sure, he's an actor.
Yeah.
Alien Lizzie says, Matt, do you have huge pectoral muscles like Ren?
Yeah.
I do all right.
Yeah, more so than Ren.
No, well, Ren does that thing where
I know he does.
And his
We
little
were
heart
talking
shoots out,
about
too.
Coach McGurk earlier too.
the dragon's eyes remind me of Viago, so cute and colorful. So that's Shaylee, of
Oh,
course.
yeah, I could
talking
see
about
that.
her
Oh, well, she loves beautiful parrots, doesn't
Yes.
she? Yeah.
We have many bird conversations.
So I put a little tiny bit. I don't know how much of this shows up, but I put a little bit of white at the bottom of her eye. So now the whites of her eyes suddenly look darker, but they're still kind of a brown, orange, red color. And that's going to really make her stand out from the other one. So that suddenly makes her seem like a zombie, but she seems kind of human because her eyes are wet.
More well.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's because she has light in her eyes. If she had just like brown cornea and red irises, she'd look like she was an awful kind of zombie mannequin that wasn't, she died like a week ago and doesn't even look healthy. But now you put a little bit of light in there, and that's like a little bit of hope that shows up and looks all shiny, and she'll look very pretty.
Shaylee's other childhood crush was Ellen Ripley in Alien, particularly in the second movie. I had no in between.
I used to like Sigourney Weaver a lot when I was little, so that's kind of, yeah. That was the first movie I ever saw, was Alien. In 1979, my parents took me, when I was 2 weeks old, they took me to a drive-in movie. And I just turned 40, so this would have been actually 1979. They took me to a drive-in, and I saw Alien, and that's
so
the first
your
movie
mother
I ever
just
saw.
had something weird come out of her stomach, and then she goes and sees
and
Alien.
and that's the first movie I ever saw, like at a theater or anything. So
I'm gonna have to have a talk with her.
I think my dad picked the movie out, but he was an H.R. Giger fan, and then he gave me a bunch of H.R. Giger books, and look what happened.
When you're little, you have to choose between H.R. Puffenstuff or H.R. Giger.
Yeah, I think I made my decision.
Yeah.
He's your friend when things are tough. Oh wait,
rough.
No.
It's Giger apparently.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm surprised no one has. There probably is a parody.
Is there some mashup online that is like H.R. Giger and Puffenstuff?
Like, not a mashup, but an actual, a parody where it's like you can actually do it.
Yeah. It'd have to be aimed at people our age or older.
My childhood crush was Hawkeye and Loki. Chess, how old are you?
11.
I was gonna say that's very.
No, unless we're talking about the films or the comics instead of the films, rather. Yeah. I've got the H.R. Puffenstuff song, and that isn't even what we're talking about.
I love Hawkeye Pierce. How many people in this room know who she's talking about? I certainly do. I like Father Mulcahy. I'm a Father Mulcahy sort of guy.
I'm not sure who you're talking about. I'm more of a Father Jack sort of person.
Michael Banks has a half-price sale going on his website till tomorrow, in case you're interested.
Oh, does he really? Please do. A lot of our friends here are probably friends with Michael, so definitely check that out.
Website is. I don't remember. I think it's just sugarfield.com.
It is. I don't know if that's different than his store because he's on Big Cartel now, so I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just gonna pop this on here. And people can find it.
He's also up at Patreon now too.
I love Klinger.
What's up, baby?
Klinger's idea never worked. He really tried to.
I don't know who you're talking about. What's Klinger?
It's a show you don't watch, but we saw the remnants of the set. MASH.
I didn't like that. I had a doctor.
Super B, how do you know about Klinger? That's weird. Okay. So, yeah.
I don't know.
So Ricky knows about Klinger.
So was that something in Europe?
I guess so. I like Radar. Oh, Jay Fletch said Radar. Okay, they beat me to it. Reruns. I'm a Hot Lips Houlihan sort of guy. It just didn't look like the funnest predicament to be in.
Well, I kind of, even when I was a kid and I saw it a few times, I kind of got that it was supposed to be kind of dark humor.
Yeah, it's they're trying to make the best of it.
I remember watching that around the time I read the book Catch-22 when I was like in late elementary school. I know it's a different more, but it reminded me of, this is a thing where you just have to deal with a weird situation. And I know it was where me and Matt went out to in California. You could see it. You could see the old Jeeps there and everything.
Yeah, Malibu Creek State Park.
But it didn't it have a fire around a day or two after we were there?
Not
It
long.
was weird. Yeah.
I'd like to go back out there and see
We did go out there, but we didn't go to the Jeep area.
Yeah.
But we walked through the main walkway areas, and it was lovely still. So. I was worried it was just going to be gone, and all the trees would be gone, but then we went out there, and I was like, oh, okay, the trees are still lovely, and if anything, there was a bunch of ferns and a lot of new growth around there. Remember, Manny?
Yes.
And that was very nice.
Oh, man, it was beautiful.
It was in some ways probably more beautiful because if something burns up a bit, you get like ash and everything, and it's kind of like I don't know, better soil for things to grow in or whatever.
Jasmine, can you talk about Kieran's YouTube?
Sure. Matt can post the link up there, but our friend Kieran, who lives in England, comes and sees us at all the shows we do out there, and he also kind of looks at my Twitch broadcast and parses them into synopsis or like best of sort of episodes and puts them up there, and he's interviewed me a few times in real life too and pops those up there, so that's a good way to look at these if you don't want to sit and watch me mumbling about whatever I'm working on. It's a good way to get the highlights of stuff.
And I understand that I'm edited out completely, so it's quite
are you?
Experience.
So there you go. It's not the Matt channel, it's the Jasmine channel.
Oh yeah, it's got your name on it right there.
Oh, he's looking so pretty. But I'll finish these guys probably in the next couple days. I might take them with me to New York, so I will probably be working on some of these next weekend too. Our next broadcast here at Twitch will be on Sunday, also from 4 to 7, right? Eastern time?
Mm-hmm.
On Sunday. Oh golly, it will be Father's Day, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we will be here. I'll just call my dad that morning. And we will be here, and I will be working on things. And that subsequent Tuesday will be when I'll be posting the mini paintings up on the website. And we're not going to auction them. They're going to be already done, already framed, everything. And they'll just be at $5.95, and you can't bid more on them. Even if you say $5,000, it doesn't matter. They're $5.95. I'm trying to keep at least the little ones at a regular price so everybody can go in.
Alien Lizzie says, when are you going to collaborate with Animator Program to make a short film of this little dragon?
I don't know, but if you know I don't know what Animator Program is, but if you know somebody there, tell them they should collaborate with me to do an animation with this little dragon. I think he's a cute little character, and my gosh, he is a popular pin, isn't he, Mary?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very popular.
It's funny because he was a mold I made originally. I made him as a little rainbow, and then I did a purple and yellow one. Kind of like how I was talking about making this one purple and yellow because those are the Dragon Con colors. That's our official kind of logo. And he was kind of taking a life of his own. So people were like, where's a painting of him? Can I have him as an icon? I'm like, well, you can, but it'd be a picture of the pen because I don't really have one that was rainbow that was, him. But now I'm doing his official portrait in a fancy frame and everything. That's going to be pretty cool. Oh, I like him a lot. Or her, Again, reptiles are hard to tell. You don't know if they're males or females or somewhere in between.
What music are you playing? It sounds lovely.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying to think. This is a arpeggio. Who is this by?
Don't know.
I can't see the TV or the computer from here, but I have a bunch of kind of public domain recorded music that I bought the rights to that I can put on my Twitch here. So I mostly do chamber music that everybody can listen to. Oh, thank you very much. Was that the magic noise?
Mm-hmm.
Yay! I'm worried about putting too much detail around his eyes because I don't want him to look kind of grumpy. And I also don't want him to look too conniving. I want him to look a lot like his pen. But when you're going, it's funny going from a pen, which is kind of like a cartoon version of a character. It's simplified lines to begin with. So when I do it in a more realistic thing, thank you, Kendra. When I do it to a more realistic painting, I don't want to add in too many additional sort of musculatures or crow's feet or something around his eyes, so I don't imply anything that's not happening in his official royal portrait here. It is always kind of a fun sort of excursion for me when I get to paint a painting that isn't one of my girls necessarily, but one of my animals or other characters that aren't my usual fairies or mermaids, etc. And he's got a cute little look on his face.
Yeah. About 9 minutes till the raffle and the end of broadcast.
Hey, it stopped raining outside, huh?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be raining at all.
Oh, that's good.
Good for me.
Snoot. What's up, babe?
Good for me.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta move a bunch of boxes.
Ain't that the way?
It is the way. It's the way things work.
It's okay.
163 people in the giveaway.
Are there really? Oh, for heaven's sake. I didn't expect there to be that many people because we kind of cut out early last time.
94 viewers currently.
Oh.
Hey, Black Orchid Fairy. Did you hear the news?
I think they did. Did they?
I don't know.
Or did they?
I don't know.
Not for you, Black Orchid Fairy, but for other people in general. The July pin of the month design is Black Orchid Fairy, which is actually versions of mahogany and burgundy and navy blue, but Black Orchid Fairy is the pin of the month for July. If for any reason the person named Black Orchid Fairy, if you are not a Patreon person at that time, let us know and we'll make sure you get a pin one way or the other.
I think they are.
Okay, well, if they're already a Patreon person, then you will definitely get one. These little dragon guys I do, usually when I make their eyes, when they're on a pin, I make their eyes almost solid black, and most of the thought into shading goes into the shape of the reflection on the eye that is closest to the viewer. Like this one over here, that solid black, it's not black, like black, like dyed like iron oxide, but it's black enamel. But on this side, there's a little bit of white enamel on there. It's kind of shaped to make you think that, oh, that eye is coming out at you. It's got like a bulbous eye, like a kitty cat that looks like a little sphere for an eye. So I have to think about that a little bit when I'm painting his portrait here.
Jasmine.
Yeah.
Buddy asked if we have Audible. We definitely do, Buddy.
Oh my gosh,
so you
yes.
should check out the Jago and Lightfoot audiobook series.
What's it called?
Jago and Lightfoot? I don't know
that.
what it's
Can you
referring
write that
to.
down for me, Maddie?
Sure.
Okay. Because I am an Audible junkie. I listen to Audible almost
all
the time. Yeah.
That's a marker.
What's that?
It's a highlighter. I don't think I want to write it.
Oh, half of my calendar is written like highlighter marker
Jago
over
and
there.
Lightfoot. Like Syphil and Ollie. Now that's more obscure. Does anyone in the room know Syphil and Ollie?
Syphil and Ollie, wow. Would have been MTV in the late 90s.
Late at night,
Yeah.
Jasmine get off work with a bunch of rolls.
Oh dear, not at the diner. Oh my gosh.
Oh, so that Nintendo guy knows Syphil and Ollie.
Wow, you know everything, Jason. You are awesome. Wow. Yeah, I used to work at a slightly terrible diner for a long time, and
But the rolls
we're talking
were
about
amazing.
20 odd years ago.
I gained 5 pounds just from the rolls.
Yeah, well, they would throw them away. They made beautiful, like, yeast rolls that were there, and they would bake them. And if the last half hour nobody would come in the restaurant, they'd throw them all in the trash. Eventually, I convinced them to like give them away to harvesters, the place that you'd give them to like homeless people and things like that. But they would throw them away otherwise. So it was like, I'll take all your rolls, and Matt would eat the heck out of those rolls, wouldn't he?
A little bit.
They were good.
I would make
rolls.
sandwiches out of them.
Mm-hmm. I'd make croutons out of them. I'd slice them up and make hot dog buns. I mean, I'd make anything out of them.
That Nintendo guy says that was a throwback even for me. It's the Full and Ollie show.
Full and Ollie.
All together now. Yep. Better than HR Puffins.
Yeah, you can say that about almost everything.
I really like the idea of HR Puffin stuff. The theme park that never got made. It looked really cool.
They had 2 theme parks that were made, first of all. But, yeah. One was an indoor theme park, so take that as
that was in New York.
Huh?
That was in
New York.
York.
Was in Philadelphia. Was it New York?
I thought it was New York.
I forgot. I don't know.
I don't remember.
But you know it, don't. Or my dad would do.
HR Puffin stuff, Lidsville. Also, remember New Zoo Review. That was a nightmare.
Oh, I had a Viewmaster for New Zoo Review. I had a Viewmaster I got at the Goodwill thrift store, and it came with like a bunch of things for the New Zoo Review, and I didn't even know what it was, but I had a Viewmaster for it. So that probably gave me a weird idea about what it
I like hippopotamuses typically, but
it had hippos in it.
Henrietta Hippo.
Is that what? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I never saw the show, but I had a Viewmaster that I got at thrift shop that I think it was free from the church that like sponsored our family or whatever. But it had that hippo.
Ain't that the way?
Huh?
I said, ain't that the way?
Oh, they gave us like free stuffing mix on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I've been.
That was about it. But yeah, a $25 gift card at Toys R Us. That I don't think we even used. Anyways, but it had a hippo on it, and it was like a Viewmaster thing, and you put a thing in it, and it had the hippo on it. And that was the picture that was on there.
It had huge nostrils.
Hippos do.
Yeah, these are...
You can put your fist in a nostril. They have big noses.
That's what I wanted to do. I always imagine me putting my fist
That is
in
why they are called
nostril.
river horses, Maddie. That's what hippopotamus means.
Okay.
It is.
But yeah, I don't like New Zoo Review. I like Sesame Street.
I like Sesame Street fine.
I like Electric Company, and a lot of children were afraid of Spider-Man.
I was terrified of Spider-Man when I was a little girl, and I had to run in school, and they timed me like to see how fast you can run. I'd always pretend that Spider-Man was chasing me.
So cool.
It's not cool. I was terrified.
Fairmont says, love the eyes on Dark Medusa.
Yeah, she's turning out.
I like the cute little nostrils of your dragon.
Aww.
Not the big, horrible, evil nostrils of Henrietta Hippo from 1974 or whatever.
That was long before my time.
Ugh.
And
Zoobly Zoo is
oh, Zoobly Zoo. I remember that. Well, I remember the song.
I think all those people were really talented people.
They were.
On
I think they were just at a time that
just, like,
was not
stuck in
the
this
best
weird
time
kid
to.
show.
Yeah. Like, hey, you're really good at. You can't write Hamilton or Book of Mormon right now. Why don't you write something for Zoobly Zoo? Yeah, it's embarrassing. It's sad.
People.
Those people. That was talent wasted for a lot of people. But this isn't how he'd fit in there exactly, but this is how he would look in there. Oh, he looks so handsome.
How to choose the pictures for your coloring books?
Oh. Depends on the book. Like, the new one that we have coming out in, like, a couple months is the Alice in Wonderland one. And that was kind of easy because it was all things that were either Alice in Wonderland themed to begin with or characters from that, like Cheshire Cat or Caterpillar or Mad Hatter and stuff like that.
All right. 2 seconds to.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
We'll say goodbye.
Oh, okay.
Gotta go to work.
We'll be back in a week from today. So
see who won that raffle.
Yeah, and what's the last one? Is that Lime Green Mask?
That is Lime Green Mask. Let's see who's gonna win
oh,
Lime Green
she's
Mask.
like a tiny alligator girl. But,
SB
wow.
Reynolds.
We got a lot of work done on the paintings, though. These are almost, well, not almost done, but maybe like 6 hours, and these will both be done. And I will put them in frames, and we will put them up. If you're not a Patreon person, go up there, throw $1 at them, and you can get one of these for like 1/5 what you'd usually pay for them. It is well worth every penny. And this will be up there at strangeland.com.
SB
And
Reynolds.
we will see you guys next Sunday. Oh, also too, I want to make sure that we show off the biohazard.
The biohazard, and I'm gonna put up a link right now.
Oh yeah, please do. And also in the meantime, I don't think I've even told you guys about these. Oh geez, Innsmouth Mermaid prints and canvases are up at strangeling.com now. And also Silent Wisdom. These are both ones that I've worked on Twitch. So I do so much stuff. I can't even summarize it in a week.
Crazy.
Sometimes hey, there's worse things.
There's the link.
World.
Go check out that auction, guys. And,
yeah, check out the auction. Can you bring the painting over when you come back before you turn it off and all that?
We'll do. Yeah, I just put up the link.
Also, too, the galleries usually don't tell me for like, I don't know, 6 months or something if the paintings have actually sold. But so these might still be available. These are just the prints, but if you look at strangeling.com, you can see them and they might still be available. And in the meantime, you can go up to eBay and get, since I've had 4 people this week ask about this one, we have Biohazard, the first one. This is the actual painting, like painting on a piece of wood with my hand. And my own little pin that I used for the color correcting. And there you go. And the pin is free. And the auction starts at a penny. And you can find that up there. And we will see you guys next week on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're confused about the time zone, put it into Google. Say, what time is it in Miami? And it will tell you if it's 4 o'clock here, then that's when we're going to go live. And if you see us in New York at like Walgreens or something, just wave and be polite. Thanks, guys.
All right, catch you later. Bye.
Thank you.